What's up? What's up? Big Lee, LV. I once was lost, but now I'm found. That's what's up, that's what's up. Had many doubters count me out. Now what's up, now what's up? Lend me your ear, let me be clear. What's up, what's up? Never went nowhere, I'm still here. That's what's up, that's what's up.
Big Lee, what's on the menu?
Fresh hot tomorrow for my people. I be in that kitchen cooking these. Dub no L's, it's the winning team. Everything we put out is hot. A lot going up whether you get down or not. You sit round, you hide, while we smile and nod. Yeah, we smile a lot, cause Yahuwah has redeemed our souls for the pits of hell. Been her known, whatever you wanna call it. The time is near, better fear y'all, quit your stalling. The day is at hand, the night is far spent. It's high time we come out, cause y'all can get lit. Now pay attention, keep your mind on what's up. On what's up. He'll keep it perfect peace. If you wanna see, then come get with us. Get with us. I once was lost, but now I'm found. That's what's up, that's what's up. Had many doubters count me out. Now what's up, now what's up? Lend me your ear, let me be clear. What's up, what's up? Never went nowhere, I'm still here. That's what's up, that's what's up. What's on the menu, LV?
A short stack of meekness, topped with obedience, determination, sizzling like bacon with sheer hard patience. Then I wash it down with greatness, mixed with loyalty. Without Yah, I have no bond, you see. I sink to the bottom of the ocean. He shined on me like in the land of Goshen, and I'm thankful. Cause he didn't have to do what he said he would do, but he did what he did, and he do what he do, cause he is Elohim, and you can't dispute. Got too much to lose, and on the line, salvation is rush. I fight for mine. Serving Jesus is full gold treasure, and if you got offended, it's whatever.
I once was lost, but now I'm found. That's what's up, that's what's up. Had many doubters count me out. Now what's up, now what's up? Lend me your ear, let me be clear. What's up, what's up? Never went nowhere, I'm still here. That's what's up, that's what's up. Yo, D, it's time to rock and do something that your captors all pray to you to do. Make your own way. Even though the sod is looking for prey, make sure it's not you. It's time to tread the blood under our feet. You don't kill, you don't eat. Let that sink in. I once was lost, but now I'm found. That's what's up, that's what's up. Had many doubters count me out. Now what's up, now what's up? Lend me your ear, let me be clear. What's up, what's up? Never went nowhere, I'm still here. That's what's up, that's what's up.
AC? AC. It's hot in here.
Dame la ciencia.
Yo, that's class.
YGTD, Yehudi gang. We ain't wearing no bandanas, but we let them tassels hang. YGTD, more than a saying. This thing right here is so light, make sure you mean it when you say it. YGTD, Yehudi gang. We ain't wearing no bandanas, but we let them tassels hang. YGTD, more than a saying. This thing right here is so light, make sure you mean it when you say it. Big Lee try to tell you that we flashing. We believe the same thing. All niggas we capping. Your religion set up, it's a trapping. You won't pull it up, 10 niggas captured. Looking at you illegitimate bastard. You a slave to the job like your master. One of things don't belong here. Another word to me. You see me, you ain't never seen a Yehudi. Niggas checking for circumcision. Whole town these niggas fruity. I'ma tell you like Abner. Turn aside, don't pursue. Pursue the one I like. That don't lie. I'm Yahuwah's truly. Yehudi. YGTD. Yehudi gang. We ain't wearing no bandanas, but we let them tassels hang. YGTD, more than a saying. This thing right here is so light, make sure you mean it when you say it. YGTD, Yehudi gang. We ain't wearing no bandanas, but we let them tassels hang. YGTD, more than a saying. This thing right here is so light, make sure you mean it when you say it. Yehudi gang, that's my posse. thought I told you, do our thing. Akuf and Aki, we crossing over Gruda, Maine. For sure I'm Ari, and no pushover. We are shippers and we're predators. That means don't mess with us. No colors, we ain't sending it up. Flags ain't needed when ripping us. We came from greater fishing, but down from Olon we separate. Everything we do is so that we can be sure. Tassels hanging blue, reminding us of the tour. Ain't taking everybody, each member is of Yahuwah. You might think it's strange, that's why you call us peculiar. I'm looking for the main, Yahusha in his appearance. I serve him to the aim, my spot I'm trying to secure. YGTD, Yehudi gang. We ain't wearing no bandanas, but we let them tassels hang. YGTD, more than a saying. This thing right here is so light, make sure you mean it when you say it. YGTD, Yehudi gang. We ain't wearing no bandanas, but we let them tassels hang. YGTD, more than a saying. This thing right here is so light, make sure you mean it when you say it.
Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Decision, tell me which one you picking. How single still be your problem? Yahusha, what came to fix it? You're gambling with your soul, only got one. Why would you risk it? He's executing his law, no more passes, so take your ticket. Admission but one is Shamayim and Shio. One is made for the humble, the other for those with egos. Not humble under y'all like Yahusha was, and we know all things under his feet. Even the death we feel but must go. Just like the planted seed that we don't see until the star grows. Only down for a season. In the end, to let you break from to break free from the ground. Need all the strength that you can muster to grow up this Shamayim. Hayat that leaves the trees on mustards. But watch the time. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. I only got one shot, time's about to expire. Our situation was critical, but now it's getting dire. So I gotta seek Yahusha for my lifeline. Without him I'm stuck in chaos, but with him my life is sublime. I'll take the things I suffer in exchange to give me pleasure. He'll do the same for you, but you gotta keep it letter and do the thing willingly, because the those that give rewards is Shamayim or Shio. But the choice is yours, better play with toys. But not my Husha for real, homie, don't play that. He left a space for repentance, but he's on his way back to execute his judgment according to what was way back written for us to learn. Wait for his promise, no we ain't slack, cuz your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Your time's up, you know it's too late. What's it gonna be? You know it's too late when the Mac is on top of these. Every day I gotta stand, even when some things don't go my way. If I'ma make it, gotta still obey. Every day I gotta stand, even if I gotta cry sometimes. If I'm with you, then I will be alright. Every day I gotta stand, even when some things don't go my way. If I'ma make it, gotta still obey. Every day I gotta stand, even if I gotta cry sometimes. If I'm with you, then I will be alright. Every day I gotta stand, every day I gotta. Despite the problems I done brought on myself without thinking, medulla oblongata. No water boy, but I've been seeking hydration from the one that's in Shamayim, but still the ruler of nations. He been patient, but what's your plan when he says no more? The avenger of blood is lurking, there's a knock at your door. That never before you is defeated, those who carry you out. No more passing by your transgressions, ain't no blood on your house. It's blood in and blood out, just like you be ever born. I'm just here to bear witness, so you know you've been warned. Before that you comes a great despair, but I make the tough choice. Enjoy that sitting for a season, no obey your
Every day I gotta stand.
even when some things don't go my way. If I'ma make it, gotta still obey.
Every day I gotta stand.
Even if I gotta cry sometimes, if I'm with you, then I'ma be alright.
Every day I gotta stand.
Even when some things don't go my way. If I'ma make it, gotta still obey.
Every day I gotta stand.
Even if I gotta cry sometimes, if I'm with you, then I'ma be alright.
Every day I gotta stand.
Nevertheless, I'm a real, that's why I chose you. A lot of wrong I did, I can say that I made without you. But without you, I know my faith, and it's sealed. I know confession don't impress, you gotta change for real. Like Sarah Lisa, gotta keep your love always up until it's time to perform what the vocation he calling. And know if it was such a law that you were Yahweh, and it be well with your hope, devil that's truly sown asunder. Can't fake a life that he ain't taking, no hypocrite. Everything Yahuwah's got is a package, it come with benefits. You want his mouth, then to be in his land. Just do what the song saying every day.
Every day I gotta stand.
Even when some things don't go my way, if I'ma make it, gotta still obey.
Every day I gotta stand.
Even if I gotta cry sometimes, if I'm with you, then I will be alright.
Every day I gotta stand.
Even when some things don't go my way, if I'ma make it, gotta still obey.
Every day I gotta stand.
Even if I gotta cry sometimes, if I'm with you, then I will be alright.
Every day I gotta stand.
Every day I gotta, said every day you gotta, every day we gotta.
Every day I gotta stand.
Every day I gotta, said every day you gotta, every day we gotta.
Every day I gotta stand.
Even if I gotta cry sometimes, if I'm with you, then I will be alright.
Every day I gotta stand.
Even when some things don't go my way, if I'ma make it, gotta still obey.
Every day I gotta stand.
Every day I gotta. Every day you gotta. Every day we gotta.
Hey, hey. Ow! What I think of Yahuwah and all he's done for me? Shusha fills my live up. So I lift my hands and give him up. Lift my hands and give him up. Lift your hands and give him up. Hey, lift your hands and give him up. I lift my hands and give him up. Hey, lift my hands and give him up. Lift your hands and give him up. I get excited when I think of Yahuwah, understanding that the rock is why my life has that shusha and double rockers falling on my life. To light me up, go that and vibe. Ain't gotta be on the registry, so I will not compromise. Yehudi in my veins, and that ain't in vain. Chicken sinners got no sauce, that's why they raising Cain. Give him time halal where you can. Don't be scared to do your dance, cause once you move, you can't do it. Don't be a counterfeit.
When I think of Yahuwah and all that he's done for me, I tell you, Shusha fills my life up. I can't compare him to nobody.
So I
Lift my hands and give him up. Lift my hands and give him up. Lift your hands and give him up. Lift your hands and give him up. Lift my hands and give him up. Lift my hands and give him up. Lift your hands and give him up. Lift your hands and give him up.
When I think of Yahuwah and all
all he's done for me. Shusha fills my log book, can't hold back tears sometime, bruh. Could've left me on the sideline, riding that pine tuck. Instead he put me on the team, I'm trying to crack his line up. Now, what's my position? Going through the scriptures, trying to find out where do I fit in. Gotta get the lesson, gotta pay attention. Nothing comes easy, gotta put in repetition. Practice make perfect, I'm trying to make perfect. It's not only hearing, you gotta put work in. Those things that were written, the 4 times for learning. Through patience and comfort, my hope is for certain.
When I think of Yahuwah and all that he's done for me, I tell you, Shusha fills my life, but I can't compare him to nobody.
So I
Lift my hands and give him the praise. Lift my hands and give him the praise. Lift your hands and give him the praise. Lift your hands and give him the praise.
so I
Lift my hands
hey
and give him the praise. Lift my hands and give him the praise. Lift your hands and give him the praise. Lift your hands and give him the praise. When I think of Yahuwah and all that he's done for me, I tell you, Shusha fills my life, but I can't compare him to nobody. When I think of Yahuwah and all that he's done for me, I tell you, Shusha fills my life, but I can't compare him to nobody. So great.
We gonna be all right.
Say word.
We gonna be all right. Every now and then. Oh, that's tight. I'm sorry, preacher.
Mic check. Lost one. Lost one. Oh, somebody gave some.
Satan deceived me. My decision was wrong. I didn't know what happened to me before I knew I was lost. I need to get back to you before the doors close. Can't make it when I'm without you. I need you much more. I want you to have my heart so that I can live forever. Yeah. The way I was serving you, it was so wrong. I didn't know what I would do without your son. In my heart I knew I did wrong. Temptation could not resist. It was so fun. With the world I am done. I want to be with you forever. God, Yah come save me. So so I can live better. Sing Yahusha, so we can change our ways. Yah come save us, so we can live better. I was so far gone, you were not in me. I didn't know that you were the one that would heal me. I felt like no one would come, my life was in day. I wanna be down with Satan and his stealing. Now I'm looking for your Yahusha, I ain't trying to burn forever. Y'all come save me, so I can live better. Sing Yahusha, so we can change our ways. Y'all come save us, so I can live better. Y'all come save me, so I can live better.
Yahuwah come save me, and he don't even have to go and put a cape on. Yahusha coming back, no, it won't take long. I want a heart to be bigger than Faison. You're the bomb of mine. Close to me, how I slipped up and waste a lot of your time. I ain't the type to ask for much, but yeah, now I'm back again. Used to get a ride, now I live without living. Woo! But I ride the occasion with clean living. You know, fighting temptation. I can do it on my own, and I needed information saying y'all come save me, but I'm being patient. It should've shocked you when I tell you about this con. I served him out of Elohim, you know the done. The riches on the rock, man, that's full treasure, and I need you in my life so I can
live forever. Y'all come save me, so I can live better. Sing Yahusha, so we can change our ways. Y'all come save us, so I can live better. Y'all come save me, so I can live better. Y'all come save me, so I can live better. Sing Yahusha, so we can change our ways. Y'all come save us, so I can live better. Y'all come save me, so I can live better. I know I need you. 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 I know I need you.
That's my favorite part of the song right there. I know I need you, cause I ain't gotta think about it. I know I need you. Yeah, you Keisha, you come on up here too.
Oh no, Baco.
I for the life he gave, and not because of great riches, and that's the show, but it's the chance that I be saved. Yahuwah look, I know this pile of flesh up in this boat, this thing call me the hill Sadisa, now I walk you with a purpose. Man, I never seen, just like a baby before birth. I know it feels the changes make it deep within me. No immaculate conception, but he left a seed. Romans 9:29, take time to stop and read. Could have been burnt up like Sodom and Gomorrah, but you spare me and cut me off in my sin, but let me change because you care deep. These are my feelings and emotions to attract. Yahusha, you just should call you love me back.
That's why I love him, ain't no God above him. Yahushua became a high place, he could have been a rock stumbling. I stop and wonder why he chose me and not another. Took on his DNA and by his blood he called me brother. And now I'm part of the fam, pull up a chair to the table, partaking the lamb. He got many people trying to reach him. His phone rung, I got proof for many others. Call waiting was bad, it's all part of debating the plans that he got for me. He made it to where I'm not poor in poverty. Ain't gotta do no armed robbery, that's why I love him. Yahuwah by his kind for provide for a sheep. And he know that bitch he gotta eat. And at the right time, Yahushua and his strength died while I was weak. The winning team, we had to find a beat and show you how we love you, and not only words, I lie. I used to live a dead life, he pulled me out of that grave. I still live a dead life, instead I'm dead to my ways. Those things that I still do, transforming my purpose till imperfect, doing things that I wanna do. I do you who ain't no credit to me. It wasn't nothing I did that could have gotten me this favor through his being. Yahusha the anointed, Harry come, a homie will. I'm just glad to be appointed. I you call this for me to be saved, and I damn so y'all forgive me for my ways. Make me a man after your own law, one who will not cut off. So thankful for your come. That's why you are.
I've been running down the lyrics with the winning team. We can't be kicking it with Satan and his Shadeen. We be telling about the time when Yahusha died. He was the epitome of my and they took his life. You know it used to be a mystery, but it been revealed. When they handed him my debt, you know he fit the bill. They took him down to judgment, he walked, he didn't ride. They stripped him down to nothing and pushed him in the side. Of course they was astonished when they seen he was among us. He was only demonstrating that those he loved, he among us. Yahuwah gave the being and formed it to the lamb. You thought it didn't care before he died, he gave a damn, gave a damn.
Tell them how you feel. Tell them how you feel. Tell them how you feel. To tell them how you feel. Let the people know it's real. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I have Yahuwah. I have Yahuwah. I have Yahuwah. You know I have Yahuwah.
Hallelujah! Woo! Woo! All right. They said the winning team had to find a beat. Isn't that right? Yes, sir. I was just telling Lee in the restaurant, I said, we got some more. We got to go ahead and, I got to hear the other ones. We got some more stuff we got. Just got to go ahead and put it into action now. We appreciate the Most High for everything. Everybody all right? Yes, sir. Yeah, certainly appreciate it being among the living. Isn't that right? He sure didn't have to do it, but he did it. Somebody in here, I appreciate the Most High saw fit to keep me here. We're not talking about here in the building. We're talking about on the planet. Isn't that right? When he get through, he take you, you're going back to the dust. He said, for dust thou art, and to dust thou gonna return. So it's our benefit to make sure while we're on this side, we get this thing right. Isn't that right? And come to examine ourselves. Isn't that right? I tell you about when you're gonna look at salvation, that's gonna be self-preservation. It ain't for everybody. You can't measure by other people. You can't worry about who else gonna do it, how many other people want it, and who else see what you see. When it's salvation, it depends. Everybody, I think in a sense, I think everybody kind of have their life in front of them. I say have your life in front, that's your responsibility, your debts, your obligations, your love, your hates. And all those play a part on how far you're willing to go and what you're willing to do. It takes something to restrict yourself. It takes a lot. People don't believe it. It looks easy to people that might watch from outside, but it's a lot of fighting and opposition that you have to deal with and things you have to go through and set aside. And every now and then he comes along, he gives you confirmation you're doing the right thing. Now, if you look and measure your life by the world, you totally off. You totally off. But when you watch people out there, all you see is the outside exterior. You don't see the hurts and the pain, the thing they deal with deception, being deceived, and other things that they do and the thing that they cover themselves up with. It's just life. It's just life. I was looking on comment, I seen some women on the street with signs up. They had in front of a church telling people they had a prayer line. You can drive through and they pray with you. One with dress, one with pants, head cover, one not. I said, that's where the world lies. Everybody trying to capture people, and they needed prayer. They needed prayer because they didn't know what they were doing. They shouldn't have been out there. Isn't that right? That's how bad it is. You can't find a man. It's just like Solomon said, they called Solomon. He went through and he was searching and seeing, and he could find a man. He said he couldn't find one. And he said a woman among all of them he certainly couldn't find. He said, this only have I found. And all of him made unashamed man, made him your call upright. He said, but he done sought out many wicked devices. And that's why man gotten off the kind of off-centered themselves. I appreciate the fact that he was patient with me. that he gave me an opportunity to be able to receive this. And that's the same thing I want to see for somebody else. At the end of the day, what you want for yourself, you should want to see for other people. That's just being honest. Everybody had a mind before to do something opposite and do something different. And when you was out there, and myself included, I mean, we didn't know how to get him, but he spared us and gave us an opportunity. He gave us his conceit, his favor, and he came and got us from the wretched places where we was and the wretched behavior we was. We should want the same thing for somebody else, especially since it's not something that we've done ourselves. We find that something is just a conceit, it's just a con all of him. Think about all the things we deal with and have dealt with in our lives, there's nothing we did that allowed us to get here today. People say, well, one day I made up my mind. Sure you did. One day he convinced us. One day he pricked our laws. One day we had to consider. And one day he gave us the ability to be able to turn and a mind to be able to hear. It seems simple now, but think of how many times, I remember the first time when I heard something close to this. Man, I heard Charlie Brown parents talking. I mean, whoa, 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 whoa. They asked me what I thought. I didn't have one thing to say, one word or other. I couldn't tell. I didn't understand one word he said. That man was calling scriptures. I didn't know. I'll be one of them people later. When I heard, I didn't know. I didn't know what he had said. I don't know who he was talking to. I felt like he might have said something to me, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't understand a word of it. And man, they was enjoying it. All I was looking at, he need to hurry up and shut up because I don't know what he talking about. I don't know who he talking to, and I can't follow nothing he said. You know, that was it. I went up and shook the preacher's hand, but I didn't know. When I returned back to that place, he was dead by that time. And I wound up being a preacher in that movement a little later on after that. And I appreciate, you know, all the things I've gone through. And I think coming through the way I did gave me an opportunity to kind of consider people and where people at and what people deal with. A lot of times people don't consider. People deal with a lot. Even people outside, they deal with a lot. It's hard. Life is hard in general. It's just having an anchor. It makes so much better. It makes a difference when you can kind of align yourself with people that kind of minded. They might say, well, people are hypocrites. Well, they're in the right place so we can get the hypocrisy out of them. What's the people out there, what's going to make them change? Because if all the hypocrites in here, the world ought to be saved. Shouldn't be no care. Think about it. They'll tell me, I don't go to church, man. Everybody at church is a hypocrite. So who killing all them people out there in the street? Who molesting them babies? Who them homosexuals? Since everybody in the church and everybody in religion is hypocrite. Because people need to find an excuse to try to justify why they're not coming up to the measure. I appreciate it. One thing I didn't do, I remember, I told the guy called me to come. He was going to come pick me up and bring me to church, and I told him I was going to come. I told him I didn't need nobody to pick me up. I was coming. He said, why I come and pick you up? I said, I don't need nobody to pick me up. I'm coming on my own. I don't want nobody to pick me up. I wasn't looking for no ride. And I came there, and I remember the man told me where my mind was set. He said, don't put your eyes on these people. Told me he said, don't put your eyes on these people. You look, I was saying, my people, these look like some good people. He said, don't put your eyes on these people now. These people mess you up. But you know, you don't know who or who, and anybody gave you know, it'd be different. He said, don't watch Cam, watch Rasheed. So now I know exactly why. He just said, don't put your eyes on the people. And of course I didn't. I wasn't coming for no. I told him when I came, I said, I didn't come here for no choir. I said, I didn't come. I came out and heard the word. They had pricked my heart. So I said, I only came for the word. I wasn't worried. And them people were one of the worst people I ever seen. They wore some gold robe. Them things I'm done there blinded me. They were so ugly and tired and old and rusty looking. Just didn't look worth nothing. I didn't know why they were wearing them. I didn't know people even still wore choir robes. And you know, at that time, but unfortunately that's what it was. But I just appreciate the fact that he gave me a mind. I wasn't worried about other people and what other people were doing. Not to the fact that they was going to affect me and keep me from doing what I need to do. So I think, you know, everybody comes in at different levels, and depending on what you come from, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. I believe this, though. If you're going to come in, you ought to come in by fire. You ought to be tested. You're going to be tried. Now, some got to get you the way you know you're solid, you know you're going to stand. It's easy to just walk through the doors and come on in and you ain't dealing with nothing, hadn't dealt with nothing. It's going to be hard to stay because trouble going to come. Storm's going to ride. Wind going to blow. And friends going to get few. And family going to hate you. You'll go from being mama's favorite child to you ain't my child. I wish you were never born. People be surprised. Your parents, how many of y'all, your family, your parents changed on you? Yeah, I mean, my mama changed on me at first, but she him now. I mean, we came out of Baptist. I mean, it did. I left that. That felt like it was extreme. I ain't have to do that. You know, but I stood. I knew what I had to do. I wasn't standing. Me and my wife, at the time we loved, she and I, both our parents were members there. So we came from a church. She was born there. I've been there since I was 10 years old. And cousin was the preacher. He was like an uncle to me. And so we broke. That was like a major split, almost like, you know, both our parents trying to figure out what's wrong with these niggas here. I knew what I had heard. I knew what I had to do. And I knew what I was seeing. I knew I couldn't get right there. I knew I couldn't get right. I said, I can't get right here. Not here, I couldn't. They would set me up, though. They would set me up to be a preacher there. I done went through a bunch of them sisters. Not the ugly ones, though. I never want to touch them. I still had a perfect record with them. If we'd have got rid of the pretty ones, like I said, I ain't touched none of these sisters. And somebody else would have looked and said, I see why. That's your flavor now. But I've never been an ugly woman. I just be honest. I know they said the face don't mean it means a lot. I done killed a girl one time. I almost got my first murder case. This ugly girl attempted me. Now I was weak. I was in the street. It's the truth. It's gonna come up into my pot. She kept flouncing all around through that room. Get up behind somewhere and sit down. She had a body that wouldn't quit, but her face had been stopped. It's the truth. I took that pillow. I did. She was fighting to get from under it too. Apparently, I think she had some kind of allergic reaction to pillows. I kept telling her, be still. I just didn't want to look in the face. And as typical, as I was when I was in the street, my friend them came back, they said, man, you start that up? I said, no. I'm like, y'all crazy? Man, I was a lot here to it. I said, friend, quit. I said, man, I ain't sleep with that girl. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? I like, no, sir, that's Joy the Mule. Ain't no fist hit my eye. Ain't that right? No, sir. And I was down in the left field out there. That people keep, no. See, we all got a pass. Ain't that right? East wing down there? That's right, down in the field. Old Joy the Mule kicked me down. Yeah, we all got a pass, you know. I appreciate the fact I can laugh like folks. People say, you shouldn't tell folks everything. Why not? It's going to come up anyway. That's right. That's right. That was the old me. We all got a life. People, let me tell you what people do, why it's hard for people to transform. Because people feel like when they transform. I watch so many folks, man. I watch people here with credit. Them folks couldn't do nothing. Ain't no way in the world about listening to that much gospel music. Right. And they watch they listen to the oldest. You set a red light, it's like the folk won't shut up. You just want to reach and turn their radio. Say, seriously? Folk, you like they eat holy, everything, like, just stop it. You let the folk know they be the biggest hypocrite you ever seen. Just be real. One thing, man, I be real. Now, I ain't got to worry about no sister, no little kids, and no another man running here either. That's right. I keep it real. That's just being honest. But those are the things you deal with. I'm telling you, what got me and what gets people, when you see the preacher, he's just so righteous, he won't tell the truth about what he done. And that thing, it makes it like it's unobtainable. Right. Look like he the only one can get it. Everybody else, just the stupid fools just sitting there. And they gonna burn later. We all got a past. Yep. We all come from somewhere. You human. Folks look ugly to you and you be, folks say, oh, you don't say that, that's not nice. I said, if they ugly, I know what I see. That's right. I ain't I got to mistreat nobody, but goodness. Right. Y'all done said them folks talk, ain't nothing ugly, ain't nobody ugly. God made them. I said, probably did, that's an ugly face. Isn't that right? They're being honest. You can be honest, folks act like you can't be honest. They teach you to be hypocrites and liars. Yep. I mean, you ain't got to mistreat nobody. That's right. Didn't nobody make that. I might be ugly to somebody. You're going to burn the shit up for telling that lie. But I mean, that's on you. Yeah, I mean, they're life. Folks get up for it like stuff, just tat them all up. They're life. You ain't going to appeal to everybody, so what? Don't try to. Isn't that right? He'll get somebody that favor you. Isn't that right? Folks worry about trying to get the whole world favor. You ain't going to never get the whole world to agree with you. You ain't going to never get the whole world to like you. That's just life. Learn to accept the things that you got to accept, the things you can change them. Isn't that right? That's it. Stop acting like you human. You gonna pass gay. I remember the first time my phone passed, he messed, and he used my bathroom. I said, God, good mother. That man had some demons stuck in him so bad. All them demons come down at one time and hug that toilet, and they wouldn't leave that bathroom for nothing. And he had me so spiritual too. He said, Brother Smith, he said, man, I use the bathroom. I said, yes. I said, go ahead. We going to fail. It'll take a little while. You don't want to check the man and go, you're like, I don't want to go to hell like it's taking a while. I said, you can't be doing what I'm thinking, because Preachers don't mess, you know what I'm saying? Not my pastor don't do. That be all right. So I ain't want to picture my pastor. Down to push one. But by golly, he was in there a while. I said, maybe changing clothes. No, I went in that bathroom, them were demons. Isn't that right? Them demons had come out that man. They were in there. I know he was clean that day. Now, how he got messed back up? That day he was clean. All the unclean that came out that man. And it stayed in that bath. Somebody hadn't taught him to flush when he dropped. Ain't that right? I learned. That's a man now. But it is because you'll see people, you'll put them on a pedestal, you'll realize people are human. It don't mean that. It don't mean that you don't live right. There ain't no excuse not saying you don't live right. What you do the same? You can call, you can sneeze, you can pay a gas. I'm paying gas before. If I gotta go, you just gotta hit it. Can't gotta hold it no. I feel one coming out of it. No, not now. But this is the honest thing you want to do. If you can be honest about your mistakes, you can transform and be honest about your living. See, the one thing with people, they can't admit what they're doing because they're still doing it. That's just, man, that's my past life. I don't worry about it. And there's people who going to hold my past life on me, and that's fine. And that's what you got to do, because that's where I was. That's what I did. And that's right. Ain't nothing I can do about it. You know what? I won't be the person to try to live up to their expectation. Because a lot of times people's expectation is them doing nothing. So if I can hold you to something, hold something against you, that gives them an excuse. Don't let people do no stupid stuff like that to you. You know, you take care of what you got. I ain't gonna tell them 6 months to mind their business. Some people mind business too fast. Don't get no calendar. Just shut up and, like Johnny said, keep walking. You know, tell them keep walking. Mind your business and keep walking. That's all you gotta do. Worry about yourself. That's all you can do is take care of yourself. Don't worry about what nobody else doing. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to stand for what you do, not what somebody else do. You ain't gonna have to stand for what nobody do to you or against you. They're gonna have to stand for it themselves. And you're gonna have to stand for everything you do against other people. That's why you gotta be mindful about it. It ain't worth it. That's enough just keeping yourself. I can't afford to add nothing to myself treating people. That's why I tell you, learn how to treat folk. Folk can't treat folk right. Treat people like you wanna be treated. You can't, if folk try to investigate you and look you all down like they're trying to check your draw, don't do it to nobody else. Yeah, give people a fair chance. Isn't that right? That's all. Just give people a fair chance. You don't know what people might do later. I remember a lot of y'all, when y'all came, were you where you need to be? No. Well, old people the same thing. Give people a chance to grow. If they hear it, they get a fair chance, and people feel like they can be received without feel like every time I say something, somebody look at them. Come on, for man. How there? You like you holding your book, you looking that way. Them hypocrites. Trying to see where he at. And he was fine. Everybody looking trying to see if he a hypocrite. Man, leave folks alone. Man, ain't got time for no fools like that. Man, we too over that stuff. Man, the word come for everybody. Don't worry about what nobody else say. All you trying to make sure where you at. When that thing come, trying to make sure where I'm at. I remember one time they said that thing mess around and hit you. I had a friend one time, he ran out that porch. He got tired of that boy talking. He ran out that porch and swung on that joke as hard as he could. He missed, came right around and hit himself in the mouth. Had to run right back up on the porch. That thing will do that to you. See that? He ran out there. His intent was good to hit him. He messed around and hit himself. You ain't going to believe it. That what happened to the word. That's right. You be intending to hit somebody and mess around and you'll hit you. That's right. And then you got to go right back up on the porch. See, he'd have did better. He just stayed up on the porch. Ain't that right? Don't worry about what folk do. You just keep living. Ain't that right? I said, when they talking, you just keep living. We'll let them go ahead and sign the Kato Sarah. All right. That's fine. We'll get ready to try to see where. I know we're gonna do. Y'all know what's going on in the world. It's still riding. Canada's still burning. One countryside burned, and America suffer. New York, Michigan, Texas, whole bunch of them states. They said coming down toward Georgia. Mr. Yahood, listen, Mr. Yahood talking. He getting ready to burn that place up, and you think these people gonna get right? No. They'll still continue. Be just like it was in the Yamin or Nuar. They call it the days of Noah. Isn't that right? The man started telling what happened, what they were doing. He said, before the destruction came, you need to know what happened before the destruction came. They were eating and drinking. They were marrying and giving in marriage. He said, till the flood came and took them all away. That's the same thing going to happen now. These people doing the same thing, and they don't realize Yahuwah coming back here. He getting ready to take them all away. Y'all young people settling your law. What side you on? Who you going to serve? It's rough out there in them streets. A lot of them, they think it's easy to get out there. Everybody ain't not your friend. People don't really care for it. You know what I learned? People only put up with you for so long. I'm trying to tell you, I ran away before. Did all kind of stuff. Nobody ain't gonna keep you like your parent. And nobody ain't gonna treat you like they're your parents either. After a while, you don't get old. You don't start weighing out. Folks be good accepting to you. After a while, folks get sick. They trying to figure, you about ready to go. You're like, huh? You ain't been up for 10 minutes. And they be like, I'm fed you and clothed you, took care of you, let you sleep. And you're like, 10 minutes? That's on you. You would nod. I would count them as sleeps. And every time you nod, that's a sleep. And you done slept here about 10 times. And by the time to go, I'm trying to tell you, I've been on the run too. Folks be ready for you to go. They be good. They'll take you in for a while. After a while, it's time for you to go. Well, like that, you bring too much trouble. You know what I'm trying to tell you, man? Ooh, y'all don't know, but you gotta get, see, I'm one of them people, I'm appreciative for my life. I'm appreciative for my life. Like, how many of y'all done had to be on the run for y'all life? You don't had to get up and just go. Y'all don't know what that like, do you? Y'all don't know what like to sleep on the floor and have a gas bomb, sleep with gas bomb? Yeah. I wait on the car so I could burn them up. Man, your night sleep rough. It's rough. Man, so much stuff go through your mind. I'm telling you, you can't even pray. You trying to pray, somebody rattling your mind, your head spinning like this, your head just going. Then you getting picked, you getting text by other people. They mama house getting shot up. You just wait, all this stuff coming. That stuff, right? I got a call one time, the boy told me, said, man, come on home so we can go ahead and kill you. They said to me, they told me, come on home. You ever got that message? Y'all got a call that before? Tell you to come on home so we can go ahead and kill you. Y'all don't know. I remember I went to see one, me and man, one had fell out. It was bad too. And but me and his baby mother, we were still cool. We were still good. And his kids, I had nothing. We had fell out bad. It was bad. And I had went over there to see them, and they popped up. It was bad. Wasn't nobody who got me out. She put herself between me. Man, the guy, he took off with the gun, everything, left it there. I'm just butt naked, nothing. She put herself in between them. She told him, she got to kill me. She said, nope. He started crying. He started crying. He was crying. He wanted to keep like, he was pissed. He was like, I can't believe you did it. She said, you have to kill me. She said, you're going to have to kill me. She said, you ain't doing it. That just started crying. He was pissed. And I got out of number Yahuwah. When I tell y'all, that man, play with him and go ahead and turn your back on him and go. That man put you somewhere, ain't nothing you could do. Your whole life, I was stripped. I ain't gun in the car. Listen, he done left. I'm stuck right here. These niggas right here with these guns. And this thing finna be a kill session. And ain't had nothing. What you think going through your mind? You just say, honey, it's over with. This it. Like the song said, that's why I heart them. Yeah, that's right. A lot of stuff y'all done did. You don't watch TV. You done done our stuff. I done been in the trenches. I ain't lying. These folks have no idea. Listen, man, I've been to Vietnam. Folks don't know the stuff I've done. I just don't. Some stuff I can't tell you. I'll be honest with y'all. I just can't tell you about it. But you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. Man, I'm telling you, your head be swimming, your head going. You can't figure. You trying to pray, and then you figure, what you praying for? This the life you chose. What you praying for? And you trying to wrap your head around. And at the time I had a little daughter, all I think about, I ain't gonna see my little girl no more. I ain't gonna see my little girl no more. That's it. I can't go back. I can't go back from where I came from. This is where I'm at. I just like, this is where I'm at. Listen, you get to a point in your life, listen, after a while, you just living, man, you just numb. You just numb. Because you just waiting. You watching everything and everybody. You just out here. And you know what you're looking at? You don't want to be out here, but this is where you at, and you can't get back, and you don't know how, because you don't know how to pray. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to get it out, and you done so much. What is he going to do for you? Yeah, it'll make you serve him. He know how to come get you. He know the right people to go get. That's why I've been able to do this job this long. Because y'all see me, I'm just laughing or doing something like that going. But make no mistake, he make you consider. He make you consider, like, you ain't been that far removed now. You're not that far removed. Ain't that right? That's why I told y'all, I can't go back out there. I know what I did. I watch people, when people can go back out there, I already know why you ain't done nothing. I know why you can go back out there. I done something out there. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. So you know what? That's how it live. You know they say you burn your bridge. But I should have learned that when I was a younger kid. When I told you, they told me, they said you put an X on a snake. Because I try something out of fact. If you told me, I tried. And that's dangerous. I one of them people. You know, you say, I bet you won't do it. You shouldn't have told me. I tried. And I remember they said, you mark a snake trail when you see them, put an X on them and spit so you'll see that snake again. Listen, we were walking. Everyone I said, my cousin said, what you doing? I just mark them in the sand. I spit all the way to my granddad's house. And we got it up. Listen, broad daylight. That thing was shining. My cousin had left. I stayed too long. No lie, I stayed too long. Man, it was pitch black dark. I had to come through that graveyard. My granddad, they were my cousin going, time to go. Y'all know that this country black. Y'all know how many streets? In one street light, the light on the front porch, that joker, listen, that light said, you need to be going. I'm finna cut. The light on the front porch said, you need to be going. I'm finna cut off. I walk down the wooden step. I'm looking, make sure, you know, them houses sit up on a cylinder block. That's the country I'm talking about. Cylinder block. I ain't talking about brick. I'm going to brick and mortar, but we talking about wood and cylinder block. So I'm looking, walking down them steps. I walked out that yard and walked down to there, and you get to the church. It's one light out there. That thing hung. It hung, and the crickets they'll bust your eardrum, you can hear them. I got that light, I looked down that road, I had to go, I just said, at that point, you got to just stand for what you've done. I did. I said, listen, you made some decisions in your life. And when you make decisions, that you got to live up to them and expect. Listen, you got to put all your fear behind you, and I did it. I bust out crying and took off running. I ran, I cried all the way. It was pitch black. I did it. I said, that's it. I manned up. And the only reason I did that, they used tear gas on me. That stuff you use on crowds. You know, I should have looked at then, because that was that day was the opening day. Son, this is going to be your life. You're going to cross everything you done, it coming right back to you. And they told me that. They said, anybody heard that in the country? They said you put an X on a snake track and spit on it. They said you'll see that snake again. I must have put an X on a lot of people and spit on them. So I sure seen them again. You know what I'm saying? You just go, I was a young kid then, just how stuff just come back to you in your life. When you think that you've escaped and you gone and you think you gone somewhere, you ain't going nowhere till you get to him. It's coming back up. Everybody you cross, it's coming back up. And you don't get caught. Listen, I'm telling you, I used to burn people. I deal with when I see them. You know how stupid that is? That's a dumb state. That's how we do. Listen, I deal with it when I see you. And you know what you learn? When I see you, I might not have the upper hand. Cause you to feel like I'll be ready. You can't be ready for everybody. And he showed it to me. And the guy rode off with my gun. I'm barehanded with nothing. I got about 5 guys out here ready to kill me with a gun. And here it was, my philosophy was, hey, when I screw you, I'll see you again. I just deal with it when I see you. You'll be surprised how you'll cross people. You will be surprised how you'll see people. I remember one time I was getting a haircut. I just got in the church. Back then, praise the Lord. And I was getting a haircut, and the guy cut my hair, talking to me, and he was saying, he said, you don't remember what you did one time, do you? I was like, I don't know what he was talking about. I was just trying to get a haircut and go, because my mind was on the Lord and Jesus. He said, you robbed me one time and took some money from me. I was sitting there trying to think in my mind, yeah, this is where I want to hear this. He said, you robbed me. He said, you took some money from me. I was like, I was trying to figure out how, because you couldn't lie. I'm in the church. So I'm trying to get that conversation. He said, you don't remember? He said, you don't remember? I sit here trying to figure. It vaguely kind of come to my mind. I've done a lot of stupid stuff. Vaguely come to my mind, I try to talk. He said, you sit right here in my chair. How things work out. I'm sitting here saying to myself, where is this going? He did. He said, you sitting right back here in my chair. He said, you robbed me. You took some money from me. I said, I don't know. Because I couldn't really quite remember, just trying to talk to get out this situation to get the hair cut and gun. I never came back down. I just realized I came back to somebody said somebody's chair and I robbed that person. Just let me know. You don't know who all you don't cross. That could have been bad. He could have had a straight razor, could have cut my throat right there in the chair. Yeah, I would buy some weed too. I want some weed. He had some, I took it. It came back to me later. I remember it now. But you just forget about stuff because you're not thinking about stuff. You just living, you just going, and you change. But that person that remember, you robbed me. When I tell y'all, you get on this side, stay on this side. Yep. Right. You don't know who you gonna come back across. Yes, sir. And you don't know who come across you, that you know, I know you. Yep. You don't forgot, you just going on with your life going, and you don't realize he can let somebody else hold it to their law. When I was in that child, I was removed from that person. I'm not that person no more. I'm not that person. I ain't trying to do that no more. That guy there, he wasn't thinking. He was just doing stuff. Didn't consider. You'll see that man again. You cross this man. You spit on that man. You don't see that man again. Yes, that's why I tell people. That's why I stay on this side. Yes, right. That man keep a little bit. He'll keep a little bitty pepper for me. My truck will ride down there and run that pepper in some kind of way, lose control and flip over. And they be on the news. Funny thing. This little bitty pepper right here, flip that truck over and kill him. You can't play with a man like that because you don't know what he got waiting on you. And no doubt he would just let me know, whenever you feel like it now, you can go back out there. And there's some more people you cross too. I'll let you meet them. You can't remember everybody. When you're done a lot, you can't remember everybody. It's just your mind don't time. You know what I'm saying? You keep going. There's some people don't forget. Y'all know that? Y'all young people, y'all remember that while you're able. You remember that now. Whatever you do, it's coming back over. Yes, it's coming back up. That's right. I'm just being honest. Whatever you do, make no mistake, it's going to come back up. Yes, see, while you're young, you don't sit, and please don't pay me no attention anyway. I'm just talking, just old man talk, trying to scare somebody, because that's not actually true. It won't ever come back up. Try to see. If you're smart, you just take your time, hold on, let the man prove himself out. So I watch a lot of y'all, like, especially young people. I watch a lot of people try to do stuff, I watch people try to slick me, do stuff. That's why people try to figure why I'm so quick on my feet thinking when I do stuff or how I can come back with stuff like that. I watch a lot of people, I watch them, you'll be dead in the street, you won't make it. You take too long to process stuff. I watch people try to get, you're too slow processing. You can't process, listen, when you're in the street, you got to process like that. It happened too quick. It moved. I watch it like, you think too slow. I watch it. I don't pay everybody no attention when they talking, because I know what you ain't done. You can't process that slow and make it. You process this slow, you done. I had to process stuff too fast, too quick. I'm talking, it's on the dime. You had to be able to move on the dime when it come down to that quick. Shoot, man, listen. I sleep with battery acid, with cocaine on the side of me. I always sleep with my feet out from under cover. I still do it, and that hard for me to sleep with my feet under cover. I had to get ready. You had to be ready to jump up and go or shoot. That was just how I lived, sleep. I remember the first time I went to sleep, I jumped up out the bed one time, told my wife, I said I was asleep. She asked me what was wrong. I said I was asleep. She was trying to figure out what I did. I told her, I jumped up. That scared the piss out of me. I said I was asleep. I'm telling you, you can't even sleep. Man, you had to sleep so ready. You understand? Listen, I live like, well, listen, one or two things will happen to me. Either the police were going to kick in the door or we're going to be a robber. So I got to be ready for either one. I got to be ready to shoot if it's a nigga. I got to be ready to get rid of the dope with the police. You can't sleep. Y'all sleep, don't you? I told you, I used to shave guy eyebrows off. Even when I was drinking, I got high, you can't sleep. I learned from one of the best. You'd be surprised, you can't sleep. And you know what you learn? That life burn you out, it'll kill you. It'll kill you. Because you trying to fight too much stuff, your mind trying to process so much stuff, you always on a wide go, you ain't getting no rest. It's just weighing you down. That street will burn you out. That's a terrible life for a person. Did not even sleep. Your whole life consisting of you waiting on to get robbed or you waiting on the police to get you. You can't live like that. A lot of people try. A lot of people, I don't go to steal, I'm trying. You're too slow. Especially y'all kid, too slow. You're too slow. You won't make it. You process too slow. Bad people get killed out there. I'm telling you, they won't make it. They can't think fast enough. You ain't quick enough. I'm being honest with y'all. You don't want that lie. I know you're thinking, I want to go out there and try. I'm going to tell y'all the secret. You know I wasn't the only one who used to do it. Where they at? I them got dead. I see some of the best, they dead. So you know what it is? What you kind of call in the sense? When you're in the street, it was the luck of the draw. I seen guys was smarter than me, they dead. It's the luck of the draw. You know, he let you start saying, you ain't smart enough. It's always somebody thinking. It's a thinking man again, always thinking, man. Somebody always applying. It's some people don't ever stop. I see the people, listen, don't ever stop. I just live with a guy, listen, man, you go to sleep, when you wake up, that man back in the house while we sleep, we done went to sleep, and he done went and done broke in the mall. Smart, still one ring, one neck. Listen, in the mall by itself, come back. They say how people, oh, they do stuff, they always need somebody with them. Listen, you could be asleep. All right, let me tell you something. You could be asleep. This boy will wake up, this boy will go out and kill somebody and come back and we're sitting there. When you wake up, he's looking at you. And you can look in his face and know he done something. Guess what? He don't have one conversation about it. Not one conversation. Not one hour of work. You sleep. And when you don't wake up, he's sitting right there looking at you. And you looking at him trying to figure, what did you do? No conversation. I was trying to tell y'all, start them street. You process too slow. You process too slow. You know the thing is, I look in his face, you know what you could tell when you look in his face? He would think about doing something to you while you were asleep. That's another thing that pass through your mind. You can look at some people's face and you can tell. You can look at some people's eyes and tell. You were plotting something. You were plotting something. You not finished. I'll tell you, you see somebody come out, listen, no one with him. He's done all this by himself. There's not to mention the stuff we've done with us. He waited till everybody go to sleep. He goes out and he come back. He sit. You don't catch him coming through the door. You don't catch him pulling in no parking lot. He's in the room with you, and he's just sitting there, and he's looking. And you can look at his face and know you did something, and you already know, move on. He don't have no conversation. For whatever reason, I told y'all that. Stay here. It's safe. It's safe. You don't want to play out there. He taught me how to sleep when I was out there. Real soft and not long. I don't sleep long now. It still messed me up on stuff just because I did it so long, a processing like that. You have to be watching everything. You have to be on top of everything and everybody. Conversation. You have to pick up people quick because everybody a scam. Everybody got game. Y'all see, y'all keep listening. If you ain't never done it, all Tahalana Mr. Yahuwah, don't go out there and try it. I know somebody gonna try it though. It's just one of them things where you like, I just got to go see. I got to go see. And you're gonna mess around. And some people seeing, that's the last time your eye will open. Don't waste your time. It ain't what you're thinking. It ain't what you're thinking. Appreciate this side. Appreciate what Mr. Yahuwah is doing for you. Anybody about it, they'll tell you, it's too damn. When you see folk don't care the sun don't shine. Don't care the sun don't shine. Shoot, man, I'm telling you. I know folk, man, listen, man. It didn't take nothing. I watch people, I know people. I knew people who would do stuff when they were drunk, when they got high. So I knew what ticked them. When you catch a man, he ain't got to drink nothing, smoke nothing, he'll do it. And you can watch it, don't faze him. You don't want to mess around. I'm telling you from the street. If folk, they got drunk, you had to get them. Because they get drunk, they dangerous. I knew them people. They got drunk, they was a whole nother person. You didn't want to be nowhere around them. I know people that got high that did it. I know somebody didn't do nothing. They'll kill you, they won't think nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. One young boy, he killed one fella. He killed his first fella, he was 14. Blew the head right off his shoulder. Didn't even know him. For no reason whatsoever, and kept going. Right over there in Thomasville. Blew his head right off his shoulder and kept going. Never faced him. I knew people like, listen, open up a car door, shoot everybody in the car, and go to school. They can't pick them up. Listen, went to school Monday in class. Felt like it happened that weekend was over with. Just didn't phase them. When y'all see these people out in the street, don't ever underestimate people. You don't know people. If it wasn't wrote on their face, you'd have never known it until. Ticking time bomb. You ain't gonna believe people like that have kids. People like that stem from other people like that. Want to do the smart thing is to help y'all out, tell you the truth. Stay right here, trust him. Give him an opportunity to see if he fell. See if that man won't do everything he say he'll do. You try them people out there, and you'll see they'll do something to you too. Stay over here and trust that man. It'll be your best move you ever made. Best investment. Streets ain't where it need to be. I've seen it. They ain't got nothing out there they can interest me. They ain't got nothing out there they can tell me. I don't care about no new drug. It's the same hustle. I be so impressed when I see them folks. Come on right quick, let's do the lecture side. The hustle. It wasn't nothing but the hustle. Everybody now hooked up on that. You know that show? It's the same old dance. Everything these folks doing, they started shabba-doing. Before they would break, they would shabba-do. And they went to break dancing. Folks just keep making stuff, but they keep going. They just keep going. It's the same old dance. It's the same old dance. Nobody changing nothing. Y'all hear me? Use your head. That man picked you for a reason to hear this. You gotta, he picked you for a reason to hear what I just told you, because somebody's gonna try it anyway. Somebody's gonna try it anyway. Yeah, that's always our your call, our expectation that you want, that some of y'all guys will learn from experiences that a lot of us in here have already gone through, and things we've done and things that, you know, he let us make it out from. And you realize, you know, how you need to do things and the better way to walk. Everything that glitter, they say ain't gold. That's true. I'm telling you, it's fun. I ain't gonna lie. Getting high, getting drunk when I was out there, it was real fun. That's why I kept doing it, till it really started weighing on me where I was at. And you start looking at people getting feel around you. People you know, people I knew in prison, them people were dead. They wasn't dying for no natural cause. That's why you start looking, you got to do the numbers. Look at the draw. Ain't that many left. So where you standing right now? It was different when it was full of people, y'all having fun, and now you look around and people start getting few, you start looking, it ain't hard to tell the signs of this. You on deck. You on deck. Ain't that right? It's just like in the moving light. What they were looking at? He was looking at, ain't nobody but me and you, Claude. Ain't that right? Let them know, we on deck. You start looking at life and realize these people getting out of here. It ain't much more longer for it to be you. So when you got opportunity, you need to consider. Every one of us, consider. I know how they'll feel. If I was out there, you can get right out there, you still ain't going to be happy. You ain't going to be content. You don't get out here, and first of all, you know more than the people you're fooling with. You're a detriment. You know, you're a detriment. I know more than anybody. I'm going to go out here and met. What I'm going to get with them? How far I'm going to go? I know I'm doing wrong. I know they can say they know. You don't know what I know about wrong. You don't know what I know about tasting and falling away. I know a lot more than what you know when you're doing wrong. I'm in a different position than you when you're doing wrong. So it's just things you just realize, I couldn't be no benefit to y'all now. Know too much. Did too much. Still fighting to make sure that man won't hold it against me in the human mosh pot. Don't make no sense to do it. Did too much. Went too far. Said too much out my mouth. Isn't that right? It's at a point in time you just have to start realizing. That's why I'm a firm believer. This to every one of y'all in here, people watching in. Really, probably 70% of y'all, you're really not ready for this. 80. Make it 85. And the only reason why, I don't think you done had everything around you cut off yet. You got to get to a point to where it ain't nothing else. As long as it's something else, you got somewhere else to run, because I would have done it. That's what I did. As long as I got somewhere to run to, what else I was going to do? What else I'm going to do? As long as you got somewhere to go, why would I stop? You know what I'm saying? I had somewhere to go when they were chasing me to try to kill me one time. So why was I going to stop? I got somewhere to go. See, everything around you got to get cut off. Everything around you got to get to a bitter end. Did you realize I done burnt down my bridges? I ain't got no choice. I had to be him. I can't, listen, if it's anybody who had to be him, who got to be him, got to be me. I ain't got to be preaching to do it. I can't explain it. I don't know words will really put it to the format that I need you to understand it. I didn't have no choice. I had to be him. Y'all got me? I got to live this thing just like he tell me to. I know some of y'all, you say, well, I'm him. Are you willing to commit to live all the way up to the standard that he done set, though? And some of you not. I'm going to tell you why. Because you still got room. You got something else you can do. I can't do it. I'm just being honest. I can't do it. I'm too far in the hole. I'm just being, I messed up too much. I lied too much. I played too much. I can't do it. That's just being honest. When you don't put yourself so far out, what you going to do? Y'all understand what I'm telling you? Yes, sir. I know for a lot of people, that sounds like a bad thing. Oh, my life, I did so much. That's a good thing if you're him. Because now you know what you got to do. So a lot of times, people, we take for granted the opportunity to give. It is. You'll take it for granted that something happened. They're like a wife, a husband. I remember one time I counseled a couple. A friend of mine used to work with me at the time. And him and his wife had problems. He would talk to me sometime. He said, I want you to counsel us. And they came to see me back then. We were Sunday worship off of Rainbow Drive. And I sat in the car. It was raining. We waited to go get something. I sat in the car, talked with him, counseled him. And she sat in the back seat, and he was sitting in front. And me and we were talking. He kept talking about how she just make excuses for stuff. She kept saying, I'm so tired. She said, Pastor, I'm so tired. He said, she always use that for an excuse. I know she said, but that she used it for an excuse for a crack. She said, I'm so tired. She said, Pastor, I'm just so tired. I'm just tired. He said, I'm so tired of hearing that always, but she can go somewhere, she can go on a trip. She said, I'm so tired. I'm just tired. She wound up dying a little bit after that. I went to the went to the funeral home for the viewing we was in there. He was up at the couch. I just came in and say he came back down. And he came back there, hugged me. He said, she gone. He said, I wasn't listening. He said, I was so busy trying to argue my point. He said, I wasn't listening. She kept telling me she was so tired. He said, now she gone. You know, don't mess around and Yahuwah will be so tired with you. Please don't make that man so tired to where at the point he just cut you off. I'm just done, I'm gone. Tired of talking, tired of trying to reason with you. That's where I'm at. But the fact that I know he was there with me. And I can't afford for that man to just give up on me altogether and he just gone. They're completely gone. I can't get no reconciliation. How long is he going to continue to bear with us and wait on us to change and transform? We the people of, let me try to get things together. Let me try to work something out. Let me try to see what I can do. Well, he already worked it out before he brought us him. He already saw what he could do before he brought us. He didn't get him and a mass amount of people came on the planet. He said, now I got to try to figure things out. Before he brought us him, he had already made provisions. The way had already been made. See, even when he went to get Yasharal and bring them out of Mizraim, that they call Egypt, don't you know he already mapped the way out? He had two options. How many don't know what two options he had on travel? So everybody know? He had two options on travel. You know, it was a shorter way. He said, but they would have fainted. He took the long way. He said they fainted. He had to take them all the way out the way to get them where they were going. He said it was a shorter way. Like some people say, man, I just want to just go and get to it. Just let me just get it. I assure you, you're fainting away. Had he gave me this immediately when I met him, I couldn't have took it. I wasn't ready. He had to prepare me for something. He took me the long way. Let's see how well you do with Jesus first. Because it's going to get real tight when you get with me. Let's see how you serve him. That then, I made it my business to serve then. I was what they would call faithful then. You remember when I was serving on Jesus, you see me coming to no church late and drag. How many of y'all remember that? Y'all remember when I served then? I mean, when I say I know the time I remember, they never see me come dragging. But that time I couldn't do my job, what I couldn't do. So I couldn't do well with that. There's no way he was going to translate me over to this. He said, you already showed me something. You wouldn't do good in that. I know good and well you ain't going to do good serving me in no amount. So a lot of things and a lot of times the way he have us to go is to see, first of all, he got to prove you. Man will say a whole lot, and we'll commit to a whole lot. At the end of the day, we'll soon give up. So he took us the long way, just so he can see what was in our law. It gave him an opportunity to try us. That was a lot of people to take and bring them right in there and cast them out. So take them the long way gave him an opportunity also to prove them and try them out. Like a lot of y'all, I know you waiting on the Ruach HaKodesh, but had he gave it to you immediately, you ain't gonna believe it. You'd have lost it. I'd assure you'd have never got in after that. So what the benefit had been, as soon as you heard it, you would have got it. And you fell away, and you messed up. So it took you the long way so you consider. Now you sit down and realize how important it is when you get it, how you got to apply yourself before obtaining, and where you got to be after you obtain. Because at that point, then you got to guard it. People feel like, I'm saved. I can relax. No, now you have to defend. See, you fighting to get it, and you have to fight to keep it. Can you imagine that? People think my fight easy when I get it. No, your fight becomes more difficult. Because the old ways are trying to pull you. The old people, ain't that right? Or new ways being come to try to get you. So it's so much trying to move you from your steadfastness that you got to consider that most of us don't consider. Because you see, if you get it, you can just go sit down somewhere and then do nothing. No, that's when the work really begins. Clock ticking. Now you can't afford to mess up. Now you can't afford to miss. Now you can't afford to commit katan. So it's such a dangerous state when you get it. He makes you look at how much work you got to do to obtain it. Is it really worth throwing it away off of a situation, off of an issue, off of a feeling, off of an idea? So the way he does things is right. See, we all need to know our shortcoming before obtaining. So you learn what to avoid. Yeah, you'll think too much of yourself otherwise. So you need to know about your shortcomings. You need to know if there's something now that might be kind of reminiscent in you. They could come up, they could be a fault later. You need to know about it before obtaining. Because once you obtain, you're in a different position. You can't be held to, oh, I just forgive you, keep going, my child, with the Holy Ghost. No, you tasting, you falling away. At that point, it's impossible to renew you again under repentance. See, what you going to do if you be in that state? How many of y'all done messed up since you've been here? Out of hearing. So if you've done it with the Ruach HaKodesh, you ain't going to believe it. It will be impossible to renew you again unto repentance. He said, what is impossible? Me lifting up that building is more possible than you obtaining it again. You can't be saved twice. It's impossible. I was saved one time, then Lord came back and I fell away and saved me again. I don't even entertain conversation like that. He said it's impossible to renew you again until repentance. You know why they were written? See? Y'all already see how the foundation play a part. So many people looking and running and obtain quick. Wait. Just take your time. Learn. Know what you're doing. There's a lot of adjusting have to be done. When you're doing it, it's a lot of adjusting. You know they got a certain car, luxury car, they constantly adjusting themselves. Mercedes, one of them, you're right, something, they're constantly adjusting themselves. Because it's always, dynamics change. A bump make a difference. See, some American car, you boom! Feel like the shot went through. They don't, it adjusts itself for it. It's a constant adjustment. You don't even know, it's constantly adjusting itself for curves, for weights. It's, American build a car, it don't matter, you just ride, take your chances. Go in that curve 2 mile way and you slide straight off that, you slide straight off the way and you're gonna flip off a cliff. They don't do that. They build them where they constantly adjusting. You ain't gonna believe it. Try to operate like a luxury European car. Constantly keep adjusting. It is because as soon as you get set up, time to adjust. It's time for another change. It's always some other dynamics. It's always from braking to it's a lot of things that happen. So they'll build those cars they want because they look at it's so many things they look at that happen when you drive it. Some can jump out in front of you. Some can get thrown, some can hit. So they build a windshield a certain way. They make windshield wiper where they move to a certain speed because they always anticipate it. All of these things can happen. Going into a curve, American light will stay straight and you done took a curve. So you went in the blind. European, put the light in the turn. So constantly making sure you stand illuminated. I'm using a car to get you to understand. Don't you know when we're trying to become Kodashim, the separated ones, don't you know you have to constantly be set for changes, adjustments? A lot of y'all come here, you just flatten out. You just flatten out. You ain't ready. I made the change. I'm done. You can't make it like that. You have to constantly keep adjusting. Because life change. And what life throws at you constantly change. So you know what you have to do? Keep adjusting. That's all you do. You keep adjusting. Isn't that right? A batter has to do that. He had to keep adjusting, depending on the pitcher. I'm not going to throw no ball where you can hit it. He got to make adjustments. Isn't that right? See? Do the same thing. You got to make a judgment. Quit thinking, I'm going to get it, I just stay this way. No, you got to constantly adjust. Shaul did it. He said, to the weak, what did he do? I stay strong. Adjusting. To them that were without Torah. Yeah. He said, I come and do, I don't have the Torah. He said, yeah, I still have it. I had to adjust. He said, I made myself all things unto all men. Get what somebody in the Holy and Hebrew Israelite and some of us will do. I ain't changing for nobody. Yet the man said he made himself all things and all unashamed. Constantly adjusting. That's how we make it. Listen, get out of your mind whatever you were thinking. About Christianity and Jesus. Don't waste time with that stuff. Don't waste time on fighting other religion. You fight the good fight of Amanah. Everything gonna prove itself out. I ain't got time to argue with no Christian, nobody else, no Islam. Why? I'm wasting time. I know what I believe. They know what they believe. And we'll all find out who's right when he get back here. That's all. At the end of the day, you can go in the corner and waste time arguing with people. Who you going to change? Everybody going to slam on brakes and get out the car and start following you? Folks going to run your behind over, going to play on that phone and jump that curb and kill you in them. Fight the fight that count. You just stay focused with what you need to do. Everyone, don't waste your time with that. We don't even want to waste the fight. I'm Jewish. I can't shake no Jewish hand. Shut your mouth. And then right, stop playing with semantics. Then the person just manifested behavior. We manifested behavior. We were manifesting some of the behavior, and we were Christian. One, a whole lot had to adjust to the name, understand a lot of things we were doing, but some of the behavior we already, one husband, one wife was still the same. No fornication. We didn't learn that when we translated over. We didn't learn when one wasn't supposed to wear no pants, we translated over. Some of the things we were already accustomed to doing that falls in line to. Now they say, start him with the principle, now I can move you on to perfection. But we need the principle. We'd have never accepted it. How many of y'all of a Hebrew Israelite would have walked up to you and you'd have stopped and listened? Somebody was saying, I'm Arbori. Let me tell you, you'd have stopped where you'd have stopped. They said they were Arbori. You'd have stopped and listened to them. Thank you, your answer for your answer. And the answer is no. Because you didn't know nothing about no Arbori before you heard it from him. They wouldn't have heard it. They wouldn't have done it. A lot of y'all, how many times I watch I'm Arbori, we used to say, oh yeah, come on, I've been waiting to listen. You never heard that stuff. Maybe get out my face. You about to be arbor on this ground. So he show you, you'll miss it. These words will make you miss stuff. You'll be so in yourself and you'll be so set, you headstrong, you'll miss it. That man picked us and chose us for it, because the way we were, we'd have never stopped to listen. I was a diehard, dedicated Christian. Jesus was Christian. And I was Baptist, because John the Baptist started the first Baptist church. And you wouldn't move me from that. I look at that book said man was John the Baptist, and he baptized Jesus. Now, what you say your religion was? See, we hear John the Baptist baptized Jesus. Now, did Jesus condemn John the Baptist for being John the Baptist? Because that's my understanding. So how I'm going to let you, and you think I'm going to let you condemn me with some stuff, you finna come up with some other books. See? That man had to come and open our ear to discipline. We were all headstrong. Did I went to holiness? That's it, holiness. Man, it was holiness of hell. Y'all remember back there, I used to holler and scream. Holiness make you holler. Sing loud, holler loud. So come you, and my Pastor Smith. Yeah! That holy. That was scary. I had that holy make you holler at everybody. And you holler in the library. You know, right? That holiness make you holler. See that? See it make a fool out you. See, word had you acting a certain way, you don't even know what you're doing. So, what became a positive for us was showing us ourselves and going back, reassessing ourselves and looking at it ain't how loud you holler when you say it. It ain't how many big words you use. It's what you manifest. And that means more than anything. Being able to manifest the behavior. It ain't about all that noise and clucking and screaming at folks. Man, he can scream and yell. Now, folks always say, when you hear folks say, man, he can live it. See, you don't hear folks say that, do they? Man, he living it. All that holler, man, he sure know that book. He sure them. Folks don't say, why don't say he living it? See, that's what I want folks to say about man. The man living it. And you need to be able to do that. That's real manifestation. Okay? Hold on, sir. He said he left you see that? He left a Messianic synagogue to follow me. Ain't that right? See, now he better now. Ain't that right? But things happen away. And you know what? It gives you opportunity to look at how things were done now. And now you look at how we translate and how we see things. You can look at a lot of things, and I've been guilty of it with Christianity. It puts you on more defense to fight people. And I look at a lot of stuff you do. I know back then a lot of people wound up coming to me for the fight. Man, that's a lot of wasted time. You can do all the arguing you want to. Even one of the EU friend told him, he said, how forcible are right words? He said, what does your argument reprove? You can waste a whole lot of time arguing and fighting with people and exhaust a lot of energy, but how many people you actually become effective with? You know what I'm saying? My energy become effective in my living. I ain't got time to be arguing with nobody. For what? This is what I kind of consider on someone. Arguing with you, in a sense, is me not sure what I'm doing, and I need to argue you wrong to believe what I'm believing. I don't need to argue with nobody to believe what I'm believing. The people you'll find, if they be honest about it, they need to condemn somebody else to be wrong for them to be right. Are you really in something? I can walk through here and teach they don't have to argue with nobody, call no religion name, and I can show you what's right. I'm just telling you. We'll see. You do like Way Of Yah did. When they came to tell him to come and hide himself and inside of the Mikdash, which is they call the temple, which is a sacred place, he said because they were going to come and seek his life. And you know what he said? He said, I perceive that Elohim have not sent them. He said, why would one such as I go and hide himself to save his life? See, he knew the type of man he was. He'd have never sent you to tell me nothing like that. That's why I tell you, when folk come try to tell me, I got a message from God for Pastor Memphis. He didn't send you, because he already know. Listen, you'll waste time talking about, what? You stupid. First of all, Way Of Yah knew there's no way he could have sent you, because I'm not that type of guy. That's what he said. Come quick, let's go hide yourself. They coming to kill you to save your life. Way Of Yah said, now, why would somebody like me flee to save your life? He said, I perceive Elohim have not sent them. He already knew. He said, that ain't the thing. So this is what happened. You know somebody walk and stop you, the Lord sent me to you. They done give me $20. I take it. I said, you short. He told you 40, I know it. I'll tell you, you stupid, you don't play the play. Folks be telling me, the Lord, folks will play you on the budget. I'm going to get that 20. He told you 40. They said, no, he didn't tell you. You lying, I'm going to lie with you. Well, give me 40. No, you lying. They said, you know, I get that 20. I ain't getting you nothing. You shouldn't have gave it to me. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Y'all don't like that, do it? What's on that little fat man? Look at that. He ain't had no gum, is he? I'm talking about the daddy now. Now the gun. All right, here we go. Listen, we got to have what the world needs now. Love, sweet love. How many of y'all kids know that song? What the world needs now. Mike, you know that song? You and your criminal partner. Gave me that song. What the world needs now. How y'all don't know that song? Y'all don't know that song? I want y'all to write it down and learn it, sing it backwards. Sing it backwards. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Come here, Alex. You know I don't like you, Chuck. Hey, come on. What y'all clapping for? He ain't even done it. All right. Some good friend. But you don't need no friend. Come on, man. Man, you like Tupac and Biggie's on for life. Call the cops when you see Tony Pop. I don't really good. No, I mean, you're not good. So listen, I sang it backwards. I'm gonna sing it for her, all right? What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Love.
Sing it backwards.
Say it again.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Do you know how to sing it back?
Don't be asking me no question. I'm trying to help you.
Say it again.
No, I can't sing no more. Go ahead, let's hear. Let's just hear what you got. What you thinking? That's wrong.
Love.
Love.
Still.
Still.
Love.
Love.
World.
World.
Arrive.
So survive.
I'm confused.
I mean, get out of here, joke. I know you ain't know. All right, here we go. All right, y'all ready? Romans 15:4. Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before
Was written.
Nikatab Talamudas.
Was written to show us, teach us, instruct us. We don't know that, right? So that.
Through endurance.
And what else?
And through the Nakum.
And through the comfort of the writings.
We might have tikva.
Might have a strong expectation or a core or a connection. And the reason why we do this, and we talk about it every time, is you need to understand that you need a foundation in order to build. A lot of us, and why people typically fall and fail, is because you don't have a foundation. See, it don't matter what comes in your life and happen, as long as there's a foundation, you can always recover, you can build. It's kind of like people don't realize key critical things are elementary. I'm talking about even education. Those is key fundamental they get them that sets them up for how they'll advance from high school, middle school, and on. And when they lose it and they miss that middle school, that foundation, you're going to miss it. Because a lot of things that you're going to get as you progress are going to come from your foundation, from the fundamentals. That's what I'm telling you. And when it comes down to our religious aspect, you have to have a foundation. So when you have to come along, just like with us, we had to tear down Jesus. You know what I'm saying? That left us without a foundation. So then we had to come and establish it. It wasn't just, it's just switching in. No, we had to go back and look at the foundation. That's how important we did. Some people think, it's just name. All we did was switch name because people want to feel good about themselves. That's not all we've done. We had to go back and realize how it's built upon. See that? Not just the name, understanding the name, the Shem, understand the characteristics of it, understand how everything is entailed by him and for him. There's a lot of things we had to come into understanding of, and it changed how our perception was about things. You know what I'm saying? Similar to when he had to anoint the man, his eyes, so he could see things. Hello? He saw men as ox, trees. And then after that, he anointed his eyes again. What did he do? Here I see man just like they are. But he'll realize the first state of how he saw you was like he saw Adam. The reason he would have seen men as trees, because what did Adam do after he committed kata? He hid himself and he covered himself with trees, with fig leaves. So he looked just like a tree. So when I see you as a tree, how do I see man? As a what? How do I see him? So what? Adam. I see you as a failure. I see that you will try to cover yourself up. I see that you will pretend. You would do anything to try to get out of reality. And then the reason why he could see man as he was, he could see, that's all of us. These ain't nothing but leaves. But there's some other things on the exterior about us. If we don't ever get through to them to get pierced, to find out about ourselves, there's things you need to know about yourself. There are things we will assume about ourselves. When the word comes, it gets deep enough inside of us that it'll bring things to the forefront. Well, you have to be honest with yourself. And when you ain't honest with yourself, a lie gonna come up. A lie gonna come up, and it's gonna expose you. So it's important for us to know who we are and know how we actually are and how we're viewed. Because when I see you as trees, as ox, just walking and going. And all I see is a bunch of cover-ups. That's what he saw. Everybody's just covering up something. See, when he had Adam in the garden, man could be seen at his purest point. There was nothing to cover up. There was nothing to hide. There was no shame. Adam covered up because of shame. Think of how much we mask in life. We went from further than leaves till we'll start putting on other stuff. Foundation, then root on. We don't like to color our lips. I don't like the way my hair look. So I dyed and changed it. Man has shown himself he's nothing but an art. He just keep finding, because leaves fade and change and fall away. So do our hair. He said, when I see, man, I see him eat. You see some tree that bear no fruit, no pottery. So when I see men, he said, I see him as ox, just walking and going. We want to get back to the original state that man was. That would be our best benefit. There's no benefit in being ox unless you're bearing pottery. That's something that he wants to receive. Y'all got it? Okay, let's try to see this. Yes, sir. We've talked about this, correct? Now something come to mind since we're talking. Let's look at this. Matter of fact, let's talk about Adam. How about that? You can do this when you ain't got no script. You can move and go the way he tell you. These folks don't realize. See, I appreciate Mr. Yahuwah. I don't need a script, cue card. I don't need to write nothing down. Didn't nobody see that, I hope. Okay. 3 and 1. Listen. The program we're using for those that are watching Beth HaMashiach. This is one of the programs we're using now, today. I can't tell you this is what we'll use tomorrow. I can't tell you we'll use this. From now on, I wouldn't tell you to throw everything you got and throw it away based off of. Because what we try to do is go through and try to, our goal is to, I guess with getting back to originality is kind of getting back to originally what was stated, getting to the original Elohim. Because you think about it now. Let's see Barashit 1 and 1. I'm sorry for those that are watching that don't know, they'll call that Genesis. Barashit 1 and 1. Listen.
Barashit, Elohim.
So in the beginning, Elohim,
Bara, Hashamayim, and the Arats.
So Barashit bara. So in the beginning created Elohim, the Shamayim, which are the heights expansions, and the Arats, which is the ground or the earth or where we dwell at on the land. So this is what he told us that happened to him. So at this state right here, how many was it? How many Elohims? One. It's a plural statement because he told you, Adam told you that the two should be one. It's a plural statement, but they were one. Now later he came along and told us that all the Elohims of the Alam of the world are what? So more came on the scene. So the whole goal of him coming, defeating every one of these Elohim is to get back to an original state to show you it was only one. See what happened over time, other Elohim been created. Now we got Mary, the mother of Jesus. We got the whole religion of Islam. We got all the different religions. We got Buddhism. We got the Hindu. We got everyone in the religion. You got Scientology. You got all these different religions that know Elohim. But see, when we go back to Barashit, it was only one. It's a plural statement because Adam taught us. We would have never known one, but for Adam, Elohim is a plural statement. Elohim is not a singular statement, but he could be one. One. He said, for the two should be one. So when he said, let us make, what that was? Let's say, 126. For whatever reason, he had us going this way. 126. Listen, Bar Rashid.
Then Elohim said, let us make Ish in our image.
How many Ish? How many? One. Man is a singular statement. Let us make man.
In our image.
How many is that? I need y'all to say it louder. One. That's it. One. And let us make how many?
Ish in
One.
our image.
In our image.
According to our likeness.
According to our likeness.
And let them soar over the fish of the yam.
Look how quick he hits you. How do we get today? You were talking about one. Now you just, how did you change the conversation that quick? You said, let us two make one and then let them have. Where are we going with this? We're starting out with a one statement that's becoming multiple. Go figure. Hello? Come on.
And over the birds of Shamayim, and over the cattle, and over all the Arats, and over every creeping thing that creepeth on the Arats.
They. So what did he do? Come on.
And Elohim created Ish in his own image.
He made how many of them?
One.
What happened?
In the image of Elohim, he created him.
He created who?
Him.
What does he do?
Male and female.
What did he do?
He created them.
So the two were going to be one. He gave a statement about one, and then he went on to tell about a divide. And the two came from the one. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'm just watching, looking at. So all I'm saying for me, and I would, you call expect, it's my expectation that we have the same mindset. The whole goal with going back and looking at what he said in its original state is to get back to the original Elohim. See, the only way, so by us, he was going to know us by what was again? How was he going to know us by what now? How was he say you're going to know nobody what?
Pari.
So how do you see men?
Ots.
See them as trees. I'm talking about by their fruit. I'm going to know them. You ain't going to believe it. Adam knew every ox in the gun by its pari. If he didn't, he couldn't identify which one not to eat. He knew every one of them. Go figure. Look at 2 and 1, Ba Rashid. Hold on, and finish. Give me a little more of that one before you get there. We're going to go there. Give me a little bit more of that one. Where you at, 29?
28.
28. We're going to get 2 and 1. Go ahead.
And Elohim barak them, and Elohim said to them, be pari and multiply.
See that? So what, did the man really see wrong? Did the man see wrong? Why would you tell two human beings that bring forth some fruit? What you think, they're some kind of trees or something? Do you really tell people to bring forth fruit? Or you said the trees? Because originally when he made the statement, that's what he told when he made the odds. Back me up again in that first chapter. 1, 3, 5, 12, 11, 1 and 11. I count different than most people. 1 and 11, same book. Listen.
Then Elohim said, let the Arats sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and pari, ots of the Arats bearing pari after their kind.
What's bearing fruit now?
Bearing pari after their kind.
Again, pay me up. So what were we talking about here? What kind of people?
Pari, ots.
Trees bearing fruit. Now you just made a man and a woman and told them to bear fruit. So how did you see them? See them as ots. Look what he told them. So when he would have told them this, let's go with that. Here we have at 1 and 11. Who did he tell to do this first? The ots. Then you just told. So how are they supposed to understand that? So that means they learn from nature. That's crazy. Because Shaul said nature ought to teach a man.
Yeah.
See, if a man don't teach me, I don't listen to nothing else. But yet he told you in the 11th chapter of the book of 1 Corinthians that nature ought to teach a man.
That's right.
He said nature ought to teach him. That if he had long hair, that's a shame to him. Amazingly, because when Adam was in the garden, when he put him down, he taught him how to keep it.
Yeah.
He taught him how to keep it. You shouldn't let stuff get overrun.
Right.
I mean, how's he going to learn it? He just told me nature ought to teach it, man. You say you put him in the tiller and to keep it. Because stuff was getting too high, was getting out of control.
Right.
It's amazing. But everybody reading now, smarter than them. See, let me tell you something what happened. If you just be honest, right? I'm talking about honest enough. I know people say, I'm going to be honest. Honest enough that you really want to get back to the original Elohim. A lot of this stuff, he was telling us then, we just didn't catch it. That's all we had to do, look at what he was doing with it, man. He just told some vegetation. He just told some trees how to bring forth pottery, okay? So now he just told them to do it. How are they going to know that? Probably the Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost and them working. Because he just gave them people a carnal commandment. That was carnal. Wasn't nothing ruach. It's nothing spiritual about a man and woman having no baby. For some dumb reason, people to do that. Because he said the two were going to be what kind? One what? One flesh. Flesh is not spiritual. Flesh is carnal. To prove it, he took it from the ground. The ruach don't come from the ground. The ruach come from Shamayim.
That's right.
That be spirit.
Yes, sir.
Well, see, if you don't have an understanding, so since I'm flesh, I have to learn and partake from things around me. There are some things I need to know just in nature itself will teach me over course. Nature is a thing, nature is a course of a thing. That's all it is, just a course of a thing. It's how things work. There are two things people don't realize that you can go against. And he used, why y'all think the Ma'im is coming back at us through the storms and the Kadim, the wind, and then the Ish, which is also the word for fire. Why y'all think this coming back at us? This is nature. Elohim done told he against us, but it's hard to believe it when I'm still getting all this good food and fresh fruit. You know what I'm saying? When the water, that still water. Now how you steal the water? Like a bridge over water. So you see all this stuff come. So to get me really to understand here, it's the fact, man, he said, I turn this thing against you. See, you ain't listening to two courses. I'm telling you and you ain't listening to nature. So nature's coming back at you too. Even when he told the homosexual, then when they did that, what was it again? He said against me. But then, this is what he told them. They did that which was against. Are we really concerned about nature or are we concerned about Elohim? Let's just be honest. Elohim, you ain't going to believe it. I put these things to show you. He said they did that which was against nature. And as much as they would not like to retain what? His knowledge, Elohim's knowledge. I'm showing you that both of us are against you. That's why when you see homosexuals, they look bad. They look bad. AIDS wipe them. I'm going to show them that I and nature are against you. They get them, sir, they look ridiculous. I'm going to show you that you've done things against nature for as much as you did not like to retain my knowledge, my da'at. That was knowledge that he gave them in the garden. He told them, a man should be with a woman. That was knowledge. That was da'at. They knew this. That is the only way you can conceive and you can reproduce. And when they go against it, he said, me and nature going to work against you. There's no such thing as a homosexual with stability. That's retarded.
That's right.
That's a retarded statement. That's right. That's right. You are a moron. You are a complete moron. I know this real smart sister. You are a moron.
That's right.
You are oxymoron. It makes no sense. That makes no sense. How could you have intelligence and be homosexual? That would make no sense. You don't want to retain the knowledge of Elohim and then you work against nature. And these people keep talking about something. We got to stop this dumping out there. You got to stop dumping your lifestyle on that planet. This is why Elohim coming against us. He's trying to show, I am against you. I'm going to continue to work. Listen, fire burning in Canada. When you ever known that? And all the way down to Georgia. Y'all see how gloomy it look in them states now? Been gloomy. New York been gloomy. New York, no, they should have been. New York and California, the reason why both these states, all the other 48 states jacked up. They trendsetters. Everybody follow these folks. You know, all them gonna tell lies. Quit telling lies. Everybody follow New York and everybody follow California. California, New York follow Europe. They ain't but some French sissies, Italian sissies. They said they going to France. They gonna follow London. They gonna bring all them faggoty style. When you watch anything you'll do with some faggoty clothes, watch New York and California. Them faggoty clothes gonna get all across the nations. Nobody follow Mississippi. Nobody follow Alabama. Nobody follow Tennessee. Everybody gonna follow them. Georgia turned into one of them demonic demons. Georgia, you're on deck. Another corrupt place. They don't move their corruption because you know what? They're getting destroyed where they at. They can't afford the cost of living in New York and California and faggoted and burnt up. Isn't that right? Nothing but a gay sissy. You know, a double negative. Isn't that right? Put an FF on a child page. Till you got 2 of them. Y'all sick, and I like it. I like y'all sickos. We got to try to get folks straightened out, man. The whole world going backwards. Come on, where we got them at now? Come on, fit this first chapter right quick. Let's see where we're going with this. Listen. Come on.
Then Elohim said, let the rocks sprout vegetation.
Hold on, you at 2?
I'm still at 11 still.
Oh, okay. So he let sprout vegetation.
Plants yielding seed in pari ox on the rocks bearing pari after their kind.
You ain't gonna believe it. When them seeds come out them plants, get where they fall at? Fall into another plant just like it. Plant go screw no another plant. That homosexual. You got a seed, you put that in the ground.
That's right.
What y'all think that woman ain't nothing but like the Automa?
That's right.
That's the ground.
That's right.
It's fertile for a seed.
That's right.
Oh man, booty ain't who plants seeds in oil, motor oil? They'll kill it.
Mm-hmm.
Put no seeds in no motor oil trying to grow it. You put it in the womb.
Yeah, right.
When you take that pick and you dig or a shovel or a hole, whatever you put in the ground there, you put a wound in the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put a seed and cover it up.
That's right.
What y'all think he did with Adam? He closed it up. Right. He taught us how to plant. He said when you dig in the ground, then you close it up when you put that seed in there. They want to be a sissy, take some stitches and sew their boot up.
Yep.
You know what they want to sew it up. I don't care, can't get no doo-doo out of that. Joker eye buck, turd shooting out his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Teach him a lesson. Isn't that right? Woman, her whole supposed to close back up. That's gonna be like a horse vagina. Just flapping. Y'all when the ground ain't no good. I remember I said that one time, I saw a Booker put on there, he said, I learned something today. He said, I learned about a horse vagina. I looked, I said, what is Booker reading? But so anyway, we got a work to do. We got to teach these young people. We got to teach these old people too.
That's right.
So you need to know why there are rocks coming back at us, because we don't win against nature.
That's right.
All of him, see, when he told nature what to do, now you got nature off. So nature can't properly she can't properly run her course. So now she's going opposite of us. Yahuwah told her, you went contrary to me. I went contrary to you. So nature what you think nature gonna do? Nature said, I'm with him. Why would I work in your favor? I'm with him. He said, I'm not finna be I'm with nature. I'm with all of him. You went contrary to him. I'm going contrary to you too because I'm going in coincidence with what he does. That's why he done told you it don't make sense that people that supposed to be Kodash can hang out and stay with folk that not. Because nature out here done already set down the order. So it's going to be hard for it to still stay. I'm going to be contrary to you. What happened you don't call me no more? What happened you don't come see me no more? You don't do nothing with him. I'm with him. So I do just like nature. I got to do just like him. I'm going to be contrary to you. See that? You don't think like that, do you? That's what he give me. What y'all think happened when Adam came? If Adam could have made it back, you know what? Everything went opposite of him. We don't listen to you no more. We don't pay you no attention. Nothing. We ignore you on everything. You used to have a rule over everything. And once he turned, the gun got overtaken. Isn't that right? Everything worked against you. And that's the same thing he gonna do. The land done went against you now because of your behavior. Come on, finish this up. All right, and know what they supposed to do. Elohim said, let the alarm, they call it alarm, or the rocks, because they was in that land. It was on that one spot. Sprout, vegetation, plants, yielding
Seed.
And Pari,
Ots.
on the alarm, they calling this alarm here? Or still a rocks, bearing Pari after their
Kind.
whichever seed in them. That's exactly it. And why you gonna make a sister? Sister, I guess a sister gonna make another sister. Cause a man can't make nothing but what's in it. He gonna make another human being.
That's right.
That human being supposed to bear the same tree. You
That's
can't
right.
find you ain't never seen no gay tree.
Nope.
Ain't that right? Every one of them trees bearing the same fruit.
Yep.
Everyone, they said, well, the fruit different now. They call man when it done something.
Yep.
The ox doing what it's supposed to do.
That's right.
Whatever it been given to, it said, I can't do no more than what it's doing. That's another reason why he called you ox. I'm trying to get you to follow sign. Everyone of them said, you ever seen a pine tree bear some acorns? No, sir. You ain't gonna believe why. It ain't even in them.
Mm-mm.
They squeeze. It's trying to get a watermelon shoot out. Ain't gonna happen. They don't even wait their time. It ain't in them. And you know, and see, another reason of calling you an ox is, now you think about what kind of Pari fruit kind of orange tree bear? Somebody said one? Orange, tangerine, cantaloupe, nectarine, plum, grape. So you know what he's trying to figure out? How can a man that was set up, Yeshua, upright, that's supposed to bear the same tree, bear the same workings and ideals of where it came out from, which were Elohim, how could it be bearing a different type of fruit? Think about that. Now, where did these trees come from? Did they come from Shamayim? Where did they come from? They came from the Adamah. And they still bear the same thing. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna believe what man came from.
Adamah.
You know how confusing that is? To try to figure, how is it this one ox can bear all these different fruits? It's scary that one tree can bear all these different traits when every other tree can only manifest the one tree. One tree. You know, a cantaloupe tree bears sap. Why not? Anybody know why not? Probably because it ain't in them. You can't get no sap out of no cantaloupe tree. I don't know, they ain't come, you can't do it. It's impossible, it's not in them. And he's trying to figure, when I made you, the stuff you're doing wasn't even in you. And I'm trying to figure, where's it coming from? How is it this one ox can bear all these different fruits? You know, think about it. Because how would you look at that apple tree with oranges and grapes and pineapples and pecans? How would you be looking at that tree?
It's not an apple tree.
You said, that's wild. That's crazy. How that tree able to do that? Isn't that right? It's like, and so you got to look at him looking at us. That's amazing. In the gun, I gave every ox its idea. I gave it every one of them its program. Like a computer, I put this program in, and it's operating a whole nother program never been in the computer. Is that possible? Then you know, is that possible? I put a program in the computer, and another program pop that's never been in the computer. Can that computer just do this? Dan? Dan? No, thank you. So all he looking at in the gun when he made us, I put in your program like me. Everything you do like me. That's the program. I done already put, that's the operating system. Like me. Everything like me. In some kind of way, somebody must have hacked the computer. They must have hacked the system because I never loaded this program up. How did this program get in here? You got to imagine how you got to be looking. How crazy would it look to you saying, that's crazy. I never put this in here. How's it doing this? That's how he looking at us. So we learning from life. Looking, a lot of things don't make sense, do it? Unless it's been hacked. That's what he said in the gun when he found out that he found weeds in there. And he found somebody had put something different. And they told him, they said an enemy did that. He told him, he said he went, he said he found some tares that were planted among them. They want to know, and they asked him, they said, how did these tares get here?
Right.
And you know, he said an enemy did it.
That's right.
See, that's what she tried to tell them in the gun. She said that the serpent had deceived them.
Right.
She tried to tell them the same thing he told them to Marshall Lee. When the man went out, he said, when he planted, he said they found tares. They said, sir, you planted good seed. They said, whence come these tares? They said, the enemy did it. He said, I know an enemy. They picked it up. They said, an enemy. He said, but I'm going to destroy the enemy. My goal is to destroy him. When she told her what Satan had done, he was intent on, I'm going to destroy him. Because I never put that here. I never put that I never entered that program. Some kind of spyware or worm virus got in there. He said, that's what happened. He said, I never put it in there. But his goal is to destroy it. Y'all got it? So for us, it's almost like going and just doing a clean sweep. Ain't that right? You got to go, sometimes you got to clean your computer, clean your hard drive. That's what we're doing for you intellects. Come on. Let's jump back down to 28, so I can get finished up here. Y'all follow me. We'll try to run through here if we can. Yahuwah see fit. Now, y'all ain't got to take it, but my spot coming. That be judgment. Listen.
And Elohim barak them, and Elohim said to them, be pari and multiply, and fill the arats, and subdue it, and soar over the fish of the yam, and over the birds of the sky, and over every kai thing that moves on the arats.
Everything move on it, rule it. Come on.
And then Elohim said, behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the surface of all the arats, and every ox which has pari yielding seed, it shall be for food for you.
That's amazing. He done gave them, what did he get them now? Every what to eat?
Every plant yielding seed that is on the surface of all the arats.
Why would a nigga be digging in the ground sucking seed? I know what y'all thinking. That's fine too. I'm just being honest, it's just tight. It really put plain on how you do stuff. I know a lot of folks, we like to seed eat. The man said he told what he gave you now. I'm just saying, after you eat the seed, how you gonna plant? What you gonna plant with? So you take away, we can't regenerate. Okay, how you gonna regenerate if everybody eat the seed? Okay. I'm just being honest. If the man just told what I gave you, why we been doing something different? I know they're saying seeds are medicine. Now, is that what he told you? He said, I gave you leaves for medicine. He never told you I gave you seed. I gave you leaves for the healing. When Koskik Yah fell, when he got sick, and he would lay down, and Yahuwah added unto his life, Kai 15 more years, what did he put on now?
Leaves.
Big seed?
Leaves.
And healed him. Y'all gonna stop this seed eating. See, all this for correction. This is 2 Timothy with Beth Barnabas. That's what he told us. He said all of the writings are for correction, for instruction in Sadiq, right? Well, in the gun, what he just told me gave him. He said he gave us the plant, which is above. I never want you to dig in the ground and eat nothing. I never told you that. I told you it was above. So I know this is different for us. See, if we don't stop and pay attention, now we start moving our own Sadiq. I know we sunflower
seeds.
So you got to ask yourself, when a minute sunflower seed getting eat, I don't know how we still have sunflower. It would be better to let the seed grow and eat the flower, eat the leaf from the flower. Because I don't want you to eat the seed. I want you to ingest what comes from the seed. So I know it might seem like it's difficult. This is not my writing. Y'all believe this is my writing? See, this is what I'm telling y'all the difference between me and a lot of y'all. You're not listening with the intent to do. You're not paying attention to statements. Because he could have easily just said, had he just said, I gave you these plants to eat and kept going, I would have thought that. But the fact that they wrote and they went and specified above, and not beneath? That are knowledge. That's how we're going to get better. I'm just telling you, he told you I gave you the leaves. He never told you I gave you the seed. I gave you the seed when it came to your Yeshua. Huh? Okay. We'll go with it. I know where your mind might be going. You know what? Let's look at something. Let's go back and look at something right quick. 6:44. Yehukanan. Yehukanan 6:44. See, y'all got me going all the way. See, y'all got me. I see your faces. You got the cute little baby face. See, if we get honest and we just got ourselves set on, I just want to do what the man said. I mean, I like sunflower seed. I hate them. Well, I mean, I'm like, what I mean? I like him. Just allow him to get away from him. He said he ain't said. I mean, look what the man said. Why would you can't do what he said? I eat collard green seeds. How many of y'all eat collard green? How many of y'all eat collard green seed? Why you don't eat the seed? Man, that plant be empty if it was left to dog people. I don't know how we found so much on a pig to eat. How many of y'all eat horse booty? I mean, the pig ain't got nothing left. I mean, the man nuts even get ate. What made somebody get hungry enough to take 2 balls off a pig and decide to seize them and eat them? Do you know your mind is sick? You sit around here looking for balls to eat? Man, you sick. I mean, just leave it. The pig is not one part on. Man, sit around here with a plate full of pig anus. You can't do that. That's a lot of holes. Isn't that right? There's more holes than humpback lie about. Ain't that right? They got a whole plate of them things. The pig, it's not one part on that pig body folk throw away. Because the trash and the chitlin look just alike. I was smoking weed one time. I was cleaning. I was going and something distracted me. I got stuck. I don't know which one to trap, which one to kid, which one to chitlin. Took a long time to figure it out. I hope. I like to say I figured out. I want to say I did right. Listen.
No one is able to come to me unless I be who shalak me draws him, and I shall comb him on the last yom.
So how did you come? How did you come? How you come to him? Huh? You said what? That's the only way. That's it. Heat attraction. That's the only way to do it. Y'all see that? Let's look at some scenarios so you understand it. How many of y'all want to understand a different way? All right, let's understand this way. In the 10th chapter, I'm going to go get it, of second should be Beth, I think it is Beth, Mal Akim, they call it 2 Kings, 10th chapter. Yahoo made a muhat, a feast, a kagi, a festival. Name, who he made it for? Hands, ball. That's why folks said, we having a ball. They had a part of ball. Ball was an idol god, Elohim. Y'all got it? And he used that in order to get them to come. And told them that he was throwing a kagi, a feast, a festival for Baal. Don't you know all the worshipers of Baal came? That's the only thing with drawn. There was no way to get them now. So he could kill them. He did it through subtlety. The only way to get them there was to draw them on an attraction that they love. And you ain't gonna believe it. Them niggas love the ball. That's how he got them now. So you ain't gonna believe it. He used Yahushua to get us there. That was the only way to get you there. The Abba had to use it as a lure to draw us. That's how he was gonna do it. You ain't believe what happened that day when it came to see ball. When them niggas were balling, all of them died. Everybody was balling died. That day when Yahushua moved, when we came, we all died. That's why he said we were buried with him. So he also said, I'm gonna coom them up. So it don't make sense to come and then say coom me, because I'm confused. Come and coom me, that don't make sense. How I'm gonna come and you gonna raise me up? I'm really questioning that. How that work? He said, oh, let me show you. You're gonna die. See, I did it by subtlety by getting you him. I use an attraction to draw you him. I just gonna let you know. I told you enough of what you need to know. If I draw you and you come, then I'm gonna comb you up. You should have already did your mouth. You can't comb living, you comb the dead. So that you, when he sat down and he attracted and they came, that's the day we died. That's why Colossians the 3rd chapter said, if you then, what was again? Now, if you be risen with him, what was the Mashiach? And I was risen with him alive? No, I also had to die with him. So that help y'all understand, no ish can come unto me except the Abba will sit me drawing. See, that was the only way Yahoo could get them there. He had to get them there through subtlety so he could kill them. So he used that same tactic to get us him. You think he told them, come see ball, you gonna die. Who coming? Everybody come to the party getting killed. Everybody come no stuff like that. You gotta tell them folks, man, you come here, we gonna be balling, nigga. Nigga, it's gonna be a ball. And you know what? We like the ball, ain't it? He said, that's when I'm gonna kill them all. I'm gonna kill them all. But, unlike with ball, I'm gonna comb them up at the last yom. That's the difference though with the ball worshipers. You never heard about combing them. See, I told you I was gonna comb you because I had declared the ending at the beginning. You'd have got stuck on that dead part, wouldn't it? So I told you, when you come, I'm gonna comb you up. Don't even, when I told it to you and you heard getting up, you wouldn't even think about dying. If I told you you're gonna die when you come, I'd have never got you to wait to get combed. You wouldn't even come to get combed. You were too busy scared of dying. Did that make sense? You ain't gonna believe it too. And that's why I love him. That's why that's why the winning team, we had to come up with a beat. We talked about it. We said, that's why we love him. Don't it make sense? So now, no one is able to come to me unless my Abi, who sent me, draws him. See, Yahoo was the leader over Yahudim at that time. So he sent Mal Akim out with the message to let everybody know to come. We having a ball. That's how he got him now. Y'all got it? So Yahuwah used the same subtlety to get us him. None of us came here, man, when you come to serve him, you're going to die. You think, and man, we're going to be happy. You stuck. You said, oh, stop. Did you say die? You tell me, did you hear the rest of what I said? Once you said die, I assure you weren't talking to me. Everything you said, oh man, 'cause I'm stuck on dying. So you see why he tell it to us in the way he does. See, we skipped all over down. We were just hearing, man, I want to get up in the last day. Did you think about how you get up in the last day? How you get up if you're already up? You get up. See, we missed all that, didn't we? It's called being crafty. I caught you with guile. That's why you got a teacher. Because you want to who is that? No ish is able to come unto me unless the Abba who sent me draws him, and I shall raise him up at the last yom. See? Painful, painless. How much pain you got in that? Any man that come to me be saved, I'm going to kill him dead, and then I'm going to get him up later. How many of y'all like that attraction? Nobody want to come in. Folks, man, I'm out of it. Ain't that right? I'm like a German car, I'm out of it. I ain't got time for no stuff, talking no fools tonight, no dying. Nobody want to hear it. But see, he told it to you, you just didn't pay attention. That's why you that's why you had to have your moray, a teacher. So it makes sense. See, now I can tell it to you because you're strong enough where you can take it. Somebody met you on the street and told you, he said, interesting. Yeah, when you come, you're going to have to die, though. Hey, man, I'm not coming up talking about no dying. That's crazy. I'm trying to save my life. I'm trying to save my soul alive. But in order to do it, you got to die. See? When he explained it, it makes sense. When you hear it, when you're in a certain state, it's not logical. It's not practical, right? Come on, let's see what he told her. 45. Listen.
Is it not Kitab in the Nabaim?
That's what he asked you. Is it not written in the Nabaim, what they call the prophets?
And all your benim shall be lamed by Yahuwah.
Now, that makes sense. Pay attention there. Is it not written, Katabt, in the Nabaim, that they call the prophets? And all your benim shall be taught by
Yahuwah.
Only reason that makes sense is why? Hands. Tell me, sir, your answer. Yeshayahu. Tell me what Yeshayahu say. All your children should be taught me. That's why it makes sense. That's the same statement we just read. Come on, get that check, big man. I was looking to see if I'm gonna meet you with that pen. They ain't coming. You're gonna probably have to get it when you get up there. That's a good one. What you got? Get two of them. Go ahead. Exactly right. He's exactly right. Because he just told you that because that means he's all your father. The Torah told you that the father was supposed to teach the children and supposed to teach it to their children and let them teach another Tuladal. That's why it made sense. Because I was grafting you in. Because the Torah was the Torah never said nobody go teach nobody else's kids. The Torah, the Abba was supposed to teach his children. So now I just told you that I'm going to teach your children. So what did I just tell you? That I'm all of your fathers. See, people who know Torah understand that. They understood it. That's why he just said it. You understand? He speaks Torah. It wouldn't make sense for nobody. Nobody went nowhere and sat down and let nobody start teaching their kids. No, the father was supposed to teach them. See that? And he just told you, I'm going to teach them because they're my children. They're my benin. That's why I'm going to teach them. So in the same time, I came along to give you another consolation. Now I came back, I inherited you. See, I'm talking about you being inherited. Y'all got it? Or being adopted. Showing you a correlation or showing you a connection. See, Adam was the son, the Ben of Elohim. You ain't gonna believe how Adam knew all the information he knew. So it's gonna make sense that I'm gonna teach you. I taught your father. Isn't that right? What other person taught Yahushua? He told you, I speak as the Father taught me. So if he was speaking what the Father taught him, so if I teach you and I'm the Father, what you gonna speak? Y'all be speaking the same thing. Because y'all had the same teacher. Hello? Even sometimes with administrators, they'll come in there, observe a class, they'll look at, when kids are failing, they'll look at the percentile. And you can start seeing who actually been following the instruction, and you can figure out whether the instructor wrong or whether the kid's not getting it or if it's just a couple of them not getting it. You'll come in, y'all don't have administrator might come in and set it out, and I tell you what they're doing. They examine you watching. I know what I'm doing. These folks don't realize I know what I'm doing. I'm an administrator. You don't pay attention. When a parent come to complain about something, and my kid, I know my kid ain't stupid. I know. So all I'm gonna do is just I'll come and talk with the teacher. I know I ain't gonna be hard to get it down. When I go through that book and start checking, I'm gonna just get it set up. I'm gonna go get. I want to see their grade book. All I'm gonna do is go through and just check everything. And I know your kid is stupid. I ain't gonna tell you though. I'm gonna show it to you. And you're gonna go there and get your kid. You must be stupid or something. It's just a way you can do it. They can identify for themselves. That's it. It's all about it. Listen, it's not hard. It's not hard. When you go through, you can see whether it's the administrator, you can see if it's the teacher, or you can see if it's the student. You pay attention, how do I pass it? It's going to hard me to go and demonize their teacher when I got a larger percentile getting it. It's just your kid and about 2 more out of a class of 28. And I should fire the teacher. I should get rid of the teacher, take him to the board. We should get you off the property. That's right. That's what we should be doing, security. It ain't hard, ain't that right? Folks, they don't even realize you better start checking other folks' grades before you run that classroom making food. They'll make you look real stupid now. Listen. So he told you it was Katab in the Nabaim, and all your benin gonna be taught of me. Thus, all who has Shama with the intent to do, heard with the intent to do, from the
Abba
and has
Lamed
seen it, heard it, and been directed by it,
shall come to me.
That's funny. Why ain't over there? Probably the way he teach. That's what they probably teach him. If it wasn't for Smith, that stuff he's doing, I would come over there. It's the teacher. How many of y'all know that ain't the problem? That ain't the problem. See, he told you. See, when he told about coming, it's going to be, see, you're going to have to see it. You're going to have to be told, and you're going to have to be directed. That's how you came. Y'all got that? That's what we're trying to tell. See, it all comes through alignment. That's why we read, whatsoever was Katab before was Katab for our, so we could be taught of the Abba. That's how we're going to get our direction. That's how we're going to know. That's how we're going to be able to identify. Y'all got it. That's how you're going to get your instructions. See, this ain't as hard as people thinking. When you start to put it together in the parameter the way he wants you to see it, it makes a whole lot of sense. Versus what you've been told, what you've been wrestling with. That's why it's so important you come to sit down. He told you when you come into Beth Elohim, be more ready to dance. That's right. Get us a box of food. They'll just start shooting stuff up. I come to praise the Lord. I know. He said, just better you kept your mouth shut and be more ready here to get a sack of some food. Ain't that right? He said, because I'm in Shamin and you on the rock. Therefore, let your words be few. Don't put more out your mouth than what you can do. I learned a lot of folks put a whole lot of noise in there. Ain't that right? You just sit out. Like they said, empty wagon make a whole lot of noise. You put some weight in that wagon, it roll right on the rock. But I'm in the car, I don't roll. Man, that rag, it'll delete them tires will leave the ground and hit the right rock. You put some weight on it, that wagon just lay on it and come on back out them little hole and keep moving. Got some weight on it. You just need some weight on you. Ain't that right? I'm telling you, that weight make a difference now. Ask Yahushua. That man had the weight of the whole along. Isn't that right? You ain't gonna believe it. How you think he got in the way he never said a mumbling word? Put some weight on him. No? He couldn't yell and scream till the weight got off. He know the weight was getting off. That weight don't get on you, man. You can't talk. That thing heavy on you. You ever been like that? So how many of y'all been? You been bumping, you don't feel like doing a whole lot of talking around. Guess what he was? He had too much weight. Ain't that right? That weight, man, it make a difference. That's why I tell folks, you need some weight on you. Isn't that right? To be honest, you can hold it down. So these are things, come on, 46. Listen.
Not that a human has seen the Abba, except the one has come from the Elohim.
Tell her what he did.
He has seen Elohim.
That's all you need to know. Don't be believing all these folks talking about they seen the man. They folks ain't seen nothing. He said no human seen that man. Not in existing living, they hadn't seen that man. He said except him, the one. He said he the only one. He said except the one has come from Elohim. He has seen Elohim. Adam couldn't have told you that. Adam told him how he knew he would come. He said, man, I can see your big old head coming around them trees. No. He said, I can hear your sound. Some folks got a jug. That thing you hear the water sloshing in it. He said, no. He said, I can hear your sound. So he became familiar with the sound. That's important for y'all. You don't know it though, do you? Wow. Let's try it. Hold, you got 10th chapter, book of Romans. 10:16. It really 17, but I take that. Romans. Listen.
But all of them did not shama the call of the tube news.
See, and that's important for you because you start telling about Amanah. How did Amanah come? By what? And how to hear him. See, the Debar Elohim, that's why you're going to be taught. You don't need to know that. Listen.
For Yeshayahu says, Yahuwah, who has among our report.
And I say, who is cut off that air? I don't know what y'all trying. Where y'all been here in this cookbook? It's 99 degrees outside. Y'all folks about a nigga up in here. Y'all must not be black. They said, where y'all live, they said nigga attract heat. Black skin attract heat. Y'all need to get light-skinned quick. Come on.
If so, The Amunah comes from within the Shama, and Shama through the Debar of Hamashiach.
Y'all hear what he just told you? He said, how you get it? You got it. So what the purpose of teaching you? Hands. What the purpose of teaching you? Yes? You need to have Amunah. So because he told, the reason I'm going to teach you, because that's how you're going to get it. It's going to come through the hearing. That's why I need to teach you. That's why I need to speak to you, so that way you can get it. How you going to get your Amunah? If it's going to come through the hearing. Okay, come on. What y'all think happened with those people? Well, they don't believe in that. So he said, so then Amunah come by hearing and hearing by the Debar Elohim. So in the 20th chapter, you have to go get the book of Ala Shemut. They are called Exodus. These are the words, is what they actually tell you, or these are the names. So these are the names. He told you in the 20th chapter, and by the 17th, 19th verse, that the people, when they heard it, what did they do? They feared, and they were removed, and what they told him? They told him to stop speaking to them. They wanted Mushah to speak, lest they, and he said that's a flat out lie. What established it for them? When they heard that man speak, it established, they knew, we gonna die. He established Amunah, they knew, we gonna die, that man talking to us. He said they have well not spoken. He said, listen, he said they sure told the truth. But see, they had to hear the Debar Elohim. That's what he gave him. He gave them the Torah. And they heard it from him. And guess what? And they feared. They young, and they were removed. And they told him, let him not speak with us lest we move. Because he said, they exactly right. I'll kill every one of them. See, that's why he told you. So Amunah come by hearing. And the shaman, it come by the Debar Elohim. All right, come on. It don't mean a whole lot to you. Don't worry about it. It all depends on what you're trying to do in life. A lot of y'all got roller skate. You're just trying to get by. I'm trying to get in. Come on.
But I say, the most they did not Shama.
All of them?
The most they did not Shama.
He said most of them didn't listen. Most of them didn't hear what they intended to do. Go ahead. Shout, in your King James, it's that they have not all obeyed. So his shaman would cover that. Hear what they intend to do. Everybody that heard it was not hearing so they can do it. He said not most of them. Come on.
Amon, their call went out to all the Arats.
Listen what happened. Listen what happened. The call. The sound went out where?
To all the Arats.
And?
Their Dabarim to the ends of the Alam.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
But I say, did Yasharal not know the most? Behold, Mushah already says, I shall provoke you to jealousy by those who are not a
Yes.
By a foolish Gui, I shall anger you.
Yeah.
And Yeshayahu filled with his lob, saying,
Wow.
I was found of those not seeking me.
Guess what? Go ahead.
I was made manifest to those not asking for me.
You ain't gonna believe it. When I was serving good old sweet Jesus, sweetest name I knew at the time, I wasn't looking for no Elohim and no Yahuwah. I wasn't looking for none of these names. I wasn't trying to find what no Al Shaddai mean or even trying to enunciate it. I was good with Jesus. But that's how I know the book right. Because I wasn't looking for him. And you ain't going to believe it. By God, I found him. And you ain't going to believe how pissed that people that say they are the original people get with the white people who say they're Jewish. But he told you what I was going to do. I'm going to provoke them with a foolish nation. He told you I'm going to do it. I'm going to provoke stuff they do. You said, that's crazy. And they're supposed to be the people. But what's crazy is, I told you what I was going to do to you. And you ain't going to believe why he did that, because you got a Torah. You know what it's called? Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. You ain't going to believe me. I was jealous when you went after them other Goyim, when you went after them other gods, them other Elohim. So what you think I'm going to do to you? I'm going to provoke you to jealousy by a foolish nation. You provoke me with a foolish Elohim, so I'm going to provoke you with a foolish nation. And I'm going to be found by some people that wasn't even looking for me. Some of y'all say, man, I was just going through the book, looking, reading, going into caves and digging, looking for rocks and scooping up dirt. trying to form a man. How many of y'all were doing that? How many of y'all wasn't doing none of that whatsoever? You ain't gonna believe it. Found it. And it's inside your book. You telling me some white man, for people who don't believe it, but you tell me some white man came up with this and told her way back then now, let's just go 1611, that we're gonna say, we're gonna make this up. He gonna be found by some people that weren't looking for him. And he gonna provoke him to jealousy by a foolish gooey. Only way we're gonna provoke him to jealousy because they were gonna be emulating us. Show you how that works. Y'all don't understand how that jealousy works, do you? Need to see it? See and believe him. Barashit 21:8. Again, in my preaching, if I offended somebody, they say they Jewish, well, I apologize. I'm just trying to get us to understand something, okay? Really, it ain't about fighting nobody on that. I ain't trying to fight nobody. All I'm trying to do is fight stupidity with intelligence. Fight disobedience with obeying. That's on that. That on the fight I got time. I ain't got no fight to make with nobody. Oh, you set up for, shut your mama mouth. That'd be a wound. Because she said the first one that break, if it come from the matrix, and if it's an ass, a kamal, a donkey, you're supposed to break his neck. So if I get the mother to shut her mouth, which is her womb, then she'd have broke your neck, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. Ain't that right? For those that want to fight me. Go ahead, listen.
The Yahweh grew and was weaned.
Oh, let's go back up a little bit. Probably 5. Let's see. Because we talking, we don't know what happened. Listen.
Now Abraham was 100 Shana old when his
100
being
years old.
Yaskat was born to him.
See that? And Yasakat was born here. Laugh. That was funny. Because that's why I told you, you should have been laughing. That's what the boy's name is, Laugh. Yasakat is Laugh. Think about it. Somebody 100 years old. Man, you... Seriously? 100-year-old man. People looking at, what folks saying about Robert De Niro now? 80-something years old. That's crazy. You ain't going to believe it. 100 years old. That's his wife named the baby Laugh. Go ahead.
Sarah said, Elohim has made laughter for me.
See that? She said, man, laugh. Come on.
Everyone who Shama shall laugh with me.
Listen, you ain't gonna believe why they don't. They ain't here with intent. I tried to tell them to laugh. She said, everybody here gonna laugh. That's funny. You ain't gonna believe you get, you ain't supposed to be laughing in God's house. That's why you ain't in God's house. She just said everybody here gonna laugh. Well, that's crazy. The promise is coming through. That's funny. They don't see it that way. Because the folk done told you, see, they don't make you so dignified and serious, you ain't obeyed nothing. Because you wasn't listening with intent. Come on, you want to bust out loud. You say, man, you sick to see you trying to have a baby. Man, sit down somewhere. Abraham was 100. Yeah. That was funny. 100-year-old man had a baby. She said, everybody here is going to laugh. Wow. Come on. You ain't going to believe it. That man was so old, he was ancient. You ain't going to believe it. Yahushua came on the scene. Yahuwah was an old man. Go figure. Listen.
And she said, who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse Benin, for I have borne him a being in his old age.
Look at that. You ain't going to believe it. When Maureen tried to come and she told all Yahshua, they call Elizabeth about it. She born one, Yahuwah, in his old age. She didn't even make it about her. She talking about how Abraham, in his old age. Maureen would have looked at him when she was trying to tell him. She stood there, and you know, she said, and magnify, the magnifying. Yahushua with Yasakab made her laugh. And you ain't believe it. And when Yahukanan, who they call John about her, he even leaped. Said, everybody here just gonna laugh. Gonna make them so tickled. Go ahead. But you know what? I don't blame, don't laugh. You ain't got no understanding. That's all. You just need somebody to give you understanding. That's what he paid me for. It's up to you if you want to take it. They teach you, man, you laugh, you ain't serious. You supposed to be serious. The woman just said everybody here gonna laugh. See, you know what he told you? Before, this was bad. See, you call Rocha tube, and you call tube Rocha. He told, they put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. You put kashak for Aur. And Aur, they make it kashak. You can't win with y'all. Come on.
The Yale grew and was weaned.
The Yale who?
Grew.
And did what?
Was weaned.
Tell them what happened, son.
And Abraham made a great muad on the Yum that Yaskat was weaned. Now Sarah saw the ben of Hagar, the Mitzrite, whom she had borne to Abraham.
Doing what?
Mocking.
Mocking. What happened, son?
Therefore she said to Abraham,
What she said? Ain't that cute?
drive out this maid and her ben.
Why?
For the ben of this maid shall not be an heir with my ben with Yaskat.
You ain't gonna believe why she did that. Jealous. She was jealous. See that? It's all in the book. Just need somebody to show it to you. She looked at him. She said, that's foolish. He's trying to do what that kid doing. I don't like it. Not one bit. Get him out of there. Try to show you how jealousy works. You know what we do with them people? We invite them in. We have them. What we do when we see people that call themselves Jewish, we run up and say, come on, my brother. We say, man, you look ridiculous. Get yourself out of here somewhere. See? Same ruach. Because of the jealousy. But he told you I was going to do it. I'm going to provoke you to jealousy with a foolish nation. You ain't going to believe it. He told him that Ishmael was going to be a nation. Oh, that's amazing. Because Islam mimic you. When you have your muhaj, they have one too. They have Ramadan right at the same time you have Sokah. They fast just like you do. Kafir. They just don't do it all day. They do it just today because they don't understand. See, the whole thing that messed them up, they can't pay attention to Barashik. Barashik give you timeline. Darkness. When he came on the scene. He said, let there be an Or. Then, after the Or went, what was it? That's how you keep a day. From evening to evening. They go daytime before it get dark. All of the day, none of the night. And they think they'll fast all day. That's because they saying they think day is just light. Well, go figure. And they try to look like you. They'll pray 3 and 7 times a day. There are women that cover their head. And they acknowledge him and say, he made a barith with them. I just keep trying to provoke you enough to get you back. I'll tell you what you do. You do this. Anybody with a small kid, you got Cam right now. You get another kid, his size, his age, and start playing with that boy too much. And watch him get over there and move that boy out of the way, try to get him out of the way. He only been doing that too long. I ain't mind you just doing this ain't your daddy. Y'all, how many of y'all know kids that do that? They don't play that. They ain't gonna play that stuff. They ain't gonna play a little bit. They gonna like, we're doing it too long. This going on way too long. I can get you from more. And that's what she looked at. She like, this boy been playing he been doing this stuff way too long since I'm playing that baby stuff. He got to get out of here. I don't like it. Because the attention was on Yasakar. He's drawing attention. Get him out. Ain't that right? And her too. Ain't that right? I don't want her. Nothing connect to him I don't want here. Y'all got it? So you had to understand that. Now, what's key when we go back over is when he told you about they are not all Shammah, because neither did Adam, because he called him. He wouldn't come. He called him. He told him why. Because I heard your sound. That's why I hid myself. See that the call is sound. See, everything gives out. See, even our language, it's a distinction when you say, like we lazy right now when we enunciate. I'm not really particular on us right now on the sound of it, because right now it's getting us to understand the importance of it. If I get you on sound, it's gonna be too much. See, you gotta remember, the sound he heard was the sound of the kadim, the wind. He could feel it. He said when it came, it was cool. So there was a lot of things he associated. Nature let him know he was coming. Because he told him when he came, he said it was in the cool of the day. You know what time it's usually cool? It's coming toward the Layla. Hello? And we look at him to come in tonight. He said, when I come, I'm coming like a thief in the night, in the Layla. See, he popped up on, he said it was in the cool of the day, and there was a sound. And he told him, he said, I heard your sound and I hit myself. See, nature works with him, and it produces a sound. Let me tell you, you can take a thin piece of paper, right? You can say, with nothing. Take a piece of paper and put it between your lips and blow. Watch the sound noise. You're blowing the same air, but because of the paper and how it'll cause the restriction, it makes the difference of the split. It gives a different sound versus the paper. Anybody got a piece of paper? I do. Really got Did you watch this paper? No. So, y'all hear that? I'm blowing the same thing, but there's a slight difference in the sound. So Adam knew how Kadim moves and how it sounds, and he knew the difference of when Yahuwah was coming. It was just an example just showing you how things can make a restriction, a difference when something gets in between it. Same wind, but you can hear the kind of the difference because some, you don't like that, Jerry? Jerry, Austin, check. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on. Marmon. Who else with them? And put one for your wife. The man and his wife. Brit, you with him? Yeah. Thank you. Come on. That's what I'm saying. Say it yourself. We can't use that. I know. I'm just trying to show you the same wind blowing, but yet when something get in between it, it makes a slight different sound. So a lot of times when we're doing the alphabet, okay? Or not alphabet so much, well, alphabet, or when we're enunciating words, there's little small distinctions in them that makes the change, okay? Ben. What is Ben? Son. Bean. What is bean? Something you what? Wow, that's interesting. It means understanding. Or understand. So now you're talking about the bin, you're talking about the sun. When you're saying the bean, you're talking about understand. So that's a difference. Y'all got what I'm saying? So the purpose of teaching Abba, teaching a bin, is so he'll bean. Y'all said so he'll bean. Y'all got it? So so the son will understand. See, when you understand our language and why certain things are put together, then you understand it's not so complex, but it has a real idea of functioning to how it works. Y'all got it? The purpose of the bin is to get him to bean, which is to understand. Y'all got it? What's the purpose of teaching? What is the purpose of teaching a child? To get him to understand. He said, I'm going to give you ra'ems, which shall feed you with. Remember that, feed you. So what was their perception of a ra'ah, a pastor? What would they understand of a ra'ah? Shepherd. What is a shepherd responsible for? For keeping it and for feeding them. Feeding them was necessary. Y'all saying? So you're acquainted with their diet, with what they need for nutrition, what's to their health and benefit. So is a ra'ah that we're going to look at. He said, that's what I'm going to name your pastors. They're going to be called ra'ah. They're going to be responsible for feeding you, causing you to see, bring you into a knowledge of. That's the same thing. The animals don't know where he's going. He calls them to see by taking it, and he leads them. And they understood that because this was our people, this was their directive. They were shepherds. They were farmers. Then they became builders. So everything they did played a part to what they understood about Elohim, how to build. The child following the same trait of the parent. Now we'll raise a child do something to the child say, I don't go out and be like, no, don't be like, I want you to be something different. Nobody ever done that. Why would a child not follow the same function of the father? No one, in other customs, children follow the pattern of the father. Whatever the father occupation was, that's what the child occupation was. Today, we encourage a child to go a whole different way. If it's that bad, why are you doing it? Then the purpose of doing that, so you keep a consistent pattern. I know they say, you got to let kids go, broaden their horizon. And how does that work? Where are we at right now, the way in society? Because you ain't going to believe it. That's how we got off in the gun. Adam found a different occupation than the father. He was a dark and he was a sinner. One was righteous and one was a Kataim, a sinner. So what we don't do today is the reason why we so messed up the way we are now. Nobody teaches to follow patterns. Okay. All right. All right, come on. So now y'all understand when we're talking about provoking to jealousy? That's the only reason you got put out. They were trying to provoke the jealousy. Hello? You ain't gonna believe it. Why y'all think the Islamic people fight against the Yahudim? Because of jealousy. We got to stay. He told you the hand of the enemy gonna be in his neck. He told you what was gonna happen to us. And our hand gonna be at the end and gonna be at the end and be at our enemy neck. That's what he told you. 49-1. Come on, son. Come on, Rashid. Y'all don't even understand what you're dealing with, do you? Okay. It don't make sense. Let's just see what happened. Rashid. Genesis, they call it. $49-1. We'll drop down. I don't hold y'all too long to get y'all through. 49 and 49-7. Excuse me. 49-7. Listen.
Or I be their anger, or it is fierce.
I've been with you. I hard my uncles. I call them Big Unc. In the country we had on, we call them Big Unc. What's up, Big Unc? And that Big Unc down. Back them up a little bit. What I said, 7, back them up to 5. I hard Big Unc them. What happened?
Shimeon and Louis are Aki.
You hear what he said? He said, man, they brothers. Ain't that right? They are. Them boy brothers. Ain't that right? Them strong. That's strong brother. Them two strong brothers down. Come on.
Their weapons are instruments of violence.
That's what we use. Ain't that right? Because you know what he's trying to tell you? Somebody else had to teach you something different. You missed it, didn't it? Who told you something different? Hands. Quick. You got to tell them right quick. What did he say? Words of wisdom better. No. Shaul told you. He said the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Because he tried to tell you about Big Unc. He told you they weapons of violence. So he told you the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Elohim to the pulling. Yeah. Let's see what he told you. Listen. Don't take that. I told you, y'all think too slow. Don't worry about it. Come on. Listen.
Let my Nephash not enter into their council.
Listen what it did.
Let not my Kabul be united with their assembly.
Listen.
Because in their anger they slew Ish.
And what they do, son?
And in their self shall they lamed oxen.
Oxen. Up until they dug down a wall. And boy, he told them to the pulling down a stronghold. See, he had to transition us out. You ain't gonna believe it. That bloodline in you too. He said, listen, they instruments of cruel. That's what they got. The instrument weapon they use is for violence. No guy coming and talking about, let me become a prayer warrior. No guy look at a prayer warrior. We killing people. I'm just being honest. What state were they in? Why is Jacob talking about these guys? He's trying to already transition us out of. Tell you, don't let these guys come together. These guys' weapons are for violence. So when Shaul told her the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Elohim to the pulling down the stronghold, casting down what? And every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Elohim, and bringing into every captivity. Ain't that right? Same thing into the obedience. No, that's right. Same subjection be the same thing. So they're going to put us right back to where we was with Adam. Making everything subject. We're going to bring it into captivity. That's what, you ain't going to believe it. That's what they did. After they killed them, we took the women. Ain't that right? That's what we do. We captured them. We killed everything that could do it again. When we found out there was one among them that could rape one of our women, we killed them all. That's just how we operated. That was the science. Ain't that right? That's science. That's it. We had to kill them. We killed them all. They'll say, just kill the one. We said, no, kill them all. It's in their bloodline. When we say this thing shouldn't be done in Yasharal, we killed every one of them. But we needed that so we understand what you got to do. You can leave something and it's subject to veer back up again. You'll watch the mall. They'll kill a man. If I kill Dave, I'm in the mall, I got to kill Buck. Because Buck grow up, Buck going to try to come back. So I got to kill anything, every male that could come up. Where y'all think these people get this stuff from? Where y'all think they get it from? Because you leave one, it's going to veer back up. So it made no sense to go in and just kill, got that boy, Shookum. And then they sit at him, Shookum. It made no sense to just kill Shookum. You got to deal with his brother. You got to deal with his father. So you kill them all. So now going to that, now that's transferred, because now he come and told us we can't use that weapon now, can we? So now when we got to look, I got some adultery in my heart. I killed one part of it. Why not? Why don't kill just the one? It's on that one part. It's something that's going to come back up. See what I'm saying? So you understand it from the carnal acts on how you work Ruach and spiritual. That's why he could tell you about the weapons not being carnal, because you should have known this. These guys in anger, they dug down a wall. Listen what happened.
All I be their anger.
He cursed it. So how good is it going to work for you? When you work out, it ain't going to work for you. I just cursed it. I cursed it. Shaul wouldn't make no sense to tell you to do that. Make no sense no group tell you. We're going to all assemble ourselves with guns so we can go kill white people. We go, you don't listen to no foolishness like that. He said, curse be their anger. We've already done that and we lost. At any rate, he said, don't even do it. We got to get this. The intelligence is what we got to get. That's right. Y'all got it. We need the intelligence. Come on.
For it is fierce in their wrath, for it is cruel.
Come on.
I shall disperse them in Jacob and scatter them in Yasharal.
See that? He dispersed it. Try to get rid of it. Try to get it out from them. Don't let it come together. Come on.
Yehuda, your Akim shall tahala you.
See that? They're going to praise you. What happened?
Your hand shall be on the neck of your enemies.
Why would my hand be on the neck of my enemy? Huh? They won't come against me because they're jealous of me. And what else happened?
Your Abba Beni shall bow down to you.
They're going to shikar me. Come on.
Yehuda is an Ari's whelp. From the prey, my being, you have gone up.
Y'all hear what he said? He's an Ari.
The Ari whelp.
A whelp. Y'all hear what he said? See that? He's a baby Ari. A whelp is a young. That's a cub. That's what he told him. He was a cub. But listen what he did.
From the prey, my being, you have gone up.
Listen what happened. Let me tell you what happened. What folk don't pay attention. He just told you he was the cub of Ari. He just told you he was the son of a king. Yahushua tried to tell you when you listen. Okay, that's wild. If I see a cub, that cub got a father. Ain't that right? And that the Ari is what they call a lion, but Ari is Ari. Ari is considered a king, an emperor because of his mane. Now he just been told that he was an Ari's whelp, which means he's going to grow to do what? He's going to become an emperor. See, you got to understand, but if you don't know nature, then you don't even understand it. You don't understand. He just told, it makes no sense. If he is an Ari's whelp, young, what is he going to grow to be? The man going to become an emperor. He just told you when he paying attention. He just told it to you through nature. That makes no sense. What you think happened with what happened? Listen, that's why when the olive sees him, Bakar, the ox, he kills him. He stomps out every one of them he catches. Listen, it's on for life when they see each other. Tell him, when the Cape Buffalo see him, when he catch Ariel and he catch us through around there and he know some of that grass, he drive it out to kill it. Because he know what's going to happen. He's going to grow and he's going to kill me. So I'm going to kill him. So he just told you what it was. He said, Yehuda, you are an Ari's whelp. I had to be an emperor. Y'all heard, hey, M.U. White Lion King. What that boy he tried to tell you? When they going to grow up and I'm going to be king. He knew that in it. A cartoon tried to tell you that. Simba knew, I'm going to be, they kept telling you, you're going to be king. Come on. It's bad a cartoon got to teach you. I might watch that thing again. I ain't going to cry either. No, I ain't. I'm going to fight them till. I ain't going to lie about that thing. Listen, man. You ain't cry, Rod. Thank you, your answer. Did anything, did it like an onion felt like it was coming in the room? When Simba daddy died, you saw the element. Hold on. We going to talk about element. What he just told y'all? He cried. When a man tell you when he seen it, and I just asked a simple question. I seen the elementary school. What he said, Dave? He cried. When that, listen, I was grown. When Simba went and his dad was dead, give him a minute. Boy, he was and them hours full of water, he trying to get his dad to get up. And Scott told him, run, run. You know how he was coming? I could have drove my truck out and snapped him up and drove him off myself. That thing wrong. Well, he walked up that rock later on, boy, he was king. I said, I ain't gonna cry. You watch it like this, so you don't cry. Hit yourself, so you can be angry. That's what I'm gonna do. How many of y'all kids got water-eyed? And grown folk. That thing touching. There's a lot of y'all here gotta get a check. Man, Mike, you didn't cry. You sick. What about you, Gavin? You did. You still sick, but I like it on that one. Santa, you didn't cry. Water-eye. Philo, onion. What is wrong with y'all people? Y'all trying to be too strong. Sometimes you gotta let it out. Let me tell you I'm telling that thing serious. I'm telling you a serious one. When that thing come, you hold it, and you can't breathe right here for a minute. And you get warm. That thing like you can't breathe, it's like it gets stopped up. I ain't saying I did it, but I had a friend one time. Listen, y'all sick. Come on. Come on.
He couches, he lies down as an Ari.
He couches, he lies down as a who?
Ari.
As an Ari.
And as an old Ari. Who dares rouse him up.
See that? We done went from whelp to old lion. We done went from a whelp, a young cub, all the way up to an adult now. And then told you he crouched. He went and he laid down like an old lion. And now he want to ask you who's going to, so now think about this. Now he's telling you about an Ari. Now when he sat down and he laid down to rest. What's going to make him get up? That's what they were looking at. What's going to get him up? After he eat and he feel he lay down, he don't want to do nothing. He ain't got time. He look at, man, he got, man, you can dance all by him and play. He don't feel like being bothered. What's going to make him get up? Well, he know he got to defend. He just asked you, who's going to rouse him up? The Ruach Elohim. Listen.
The scepter shall not depart from Yehuda.
We use the lamet, which was the staff. But then we talk about an emperor, he used a scepter. He sticks out the scepter. You see them over there had a scepter, the king would have something. That's what he would have a scepter that he would use. He would touch and tell somebody to come or go or summon some whatever. That would be a symbol of his rule. So he just told you about the scepter. Should do what?
Shall not depart from Yehuda.
Listen.
Nor the lawgiver from between his regal.
Now that's tight. Because he just told you about the scepter. That'd be that penis. See the yard, it can stick up. Oh, y'all need to know this thing. I know you're looking at sexual, but it is. That's what he's telling you. The scepter. He told you about the rod. He said, I wasn't going to depart from it. He's trying to tell you the rule's going to stay there. So he's telling you something that comes that you should know, that the scepter is not going to depart. He said, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, which means it was going to issue out from it. See, if you got to understand it, it's what it is. Okay. It's all about your understanding. Nor a lawgiver from between his feet. Why would a man be between his feet? It told you about Louis being in the loins of Abraham. Now he just told you the scepter wasn't going to depart. He told you about the scepter and then told you the lawgiver wasn't going to depart from his feet, from between his feet. Which means all he was going to issue out was emperors, 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 emperors. Listen.
Until Shiloh comes.
That's when he's going to pass the scepter. Y'all don't get that? 1 Corinthians chapter 15. Verse 22. We'll just work it out right quick. Don't take that long. I'll prove out what I teach. Make it 23. Let me see if it's 23. 1 Corinthians 15, 23. Let's see what he said. Before you get that right quick, Abarim, somebody gonna fight it. Abarim, say that 7:14. They call it Hebrews. Abarim would be plural because they say Hebrews, so Abarim wouldn't make sense. Abarim, 7:14. Listen, it don't take long. Listen.
For it is evident to
Stop.
all.
What is evident? Proof? That's all I need. For it is evident
to all
that
that
what?
our Adon has sprung out of Yehuda.
He came out of the loins of which?
From the Matah of which Mushah spoke nothing of him concerning the Kahan.
I just used to nothing, just read anyway. Run back, 15 right quick, 15:23, 1 Corinthians. I ain't even need that. I'll read it anyway because they probably said I would. Your mama. This is 1 Corinthians 15:23. Listen.
But each one and everyone in his order.
We'll make it 22. Let's just start at each one. Yeah, come on.
For as in first Adam, all of them moot.
Y'all see that? In first and Adam all did moot.
So in the Mashiach, all of them shall be made Kai.
That made sense. Be made alive. See, when you came to him, you were dead. That's how I'm going to coom you up. Remember?
Yes, sir.
After he taught you, he said he's going to coom you up. I'm telling you, already dead. He told Adam in the garden that the day he eat of the arts, what was going to happen?
Shoot him out.
And he was talking to a dead man. And he was yet living. He told you what happened. A woman that liveth in pleasure, so she dead while she living. He lost an estate. Listen.
But each one and everyone in his order.
See that? That's how you got to do it. And how we learn order? We were learning from the Torah. That's right. That's how we learn it. Y'all remember that? From the Kata Sarah. When it sound. Which gate was supposed to come first?
That's right.
That's order. You can't do everybody come out. No. We were told who was supposed to come first. Everybody had an order. That's why he told you. So when he told them everyone in his order, it's just like when you plant certain vegetables. Some you'll plant first because they might be the last one to come up. So you want to give them a time so they can come. But some things going to sprout faster than others. So you might say I'm going to blend these last because they'll come up quicker. And I'm trying to pick things at a certain point in time. When I come, I don't want to keep gathering every time. At one time, I want to get stuff where it all can come up together. So you start learning growing period. Some stuff take longer. I'm going to plant them first. So I can get them a head start. Then there's other things I plant. So guess what? Until we all come into the unity.
That's right.
Guess how you learn that? From Elohim? Nature ought to teach a man. See that? Nature ought to teach him. Come on.
Of all of them, the Mashiach, the first Pari.
See that? He the first one coming up. See that? That's what he did when he got up from the ground. When he got up from the Kubal. He was representing then Ukar Shabur, first fruit. Listen.
After that, those who are the ones of the Mashiach at his coming.
That be so-called. That be the last time you can gather. See how you learning your times? That's why he told you other time and season. You ain't gonna believe it. You have no need, because you yourselves know perfectly well how it's coming. You know how it's going. I don't need to tell you this. Mashiach first. That's Ukak Shabur. Afterward, those that are here, that's because they got orders. So now you're going to deal with the last time you can gather. That's what they told you when a done come, who know whether he's going to come at the second or the third watch. He couldn't have told you first watch. Because he's already done that. We got to look at the second and third watch.
That's right.
Don't worry about it. How many times you supposed to appear?
3 times.
Okay. Okay, he done came one time. He done came one time. Next time we look at his gathering. When he got from the Kubal, that was Ukal Shabur. Okay, he was the first fruits of them that sleep. Okay, wow. Listen.
And after that, the end shall come.
After that end, so what do we know about you? End. So-called. He said that's in the end of the year. That's gathering. That is the last time you gather. That's why I told you a lot of stuff we do don't make sense because they don't understand it from that premise. The premise he gave them to see things is how they understand. He gave a berith to these people. I don't need to, Jahid, I know we did little. I don't need to see nothing different than what they saw. I don't need to see, you can keep growing. I don't want to deal with that. When he come and gather, what can keep going? He said that it stops. I'm establishing all things new. I'm getting rid of that whole set, that whole order, because I'm going to establish new. Okay. Purpose of him bringing in his Malkut, because what can happen in his empire can be lawful under his rule. This alarm ain't his, it's yours. Yahushua told you that. He said, they were Malkut. He said, they wouldn't even let you take me. So why expect what I had going on to go helping him? Why you think he couldn't drink him? He couldn't do it him, not him. You got toured for a lot of that stuff. He told you, when I get you, we sit down in my Malkut. He said, we're going to eat and drink. Mimicking who? Y'all were taught the hands. Don't take that long. Don't play like you ain't been taught. Tell them something. Dawood hit men. Slap piss out of them. Tell them right now. That's right. Artaxerxes, they put a Ahasuerus. Artaxerxes did. I ain't got nothing but a book. I go to the first chapter of the book of Hadassah. She clearly sat there and told you that when he sat down, when the Malak sat down and drank, he said, listen, and it did according to the law. He sat down and he ate and drank. And he said he did it according to the law. Why y'all think Yahushua told y'all, and we sit here, Malkut, he said, he told you what he going to do. He said, I ain't eating drinking here. Did he not tell you that? He said, when I get in my Malkut, because it's going to be lawful. These people don't know what they're doing. They're wasting time. A lot of these people tell your preacher, like, cut them up. Them camp just cut them out, just blow that campfire out. Just blow it out. It just don't make sense because they don't know what they're doing. Everybody trying to get drunk here, he just told you when doing it. He said, I get in my Malkut, it'd be according to the Torah. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. All about just doing the thing right. That's what he told you. He said, we get in my Malkut, we can eat and drink. Hello? Yes, let's pick it up right quick. They look at me crazy. Oreo, 22, 13, 12, 13, 14, right quick. Don't take that long. Oreo, they call it Luke. So y'all didn't let me finish 1 Corinthians up. Whew, that L came on. Thank you. 22, 23, 22, 14. Well, make it 12. 14, I'm almost sure what I want. 12. Listen.
And he shall show you a large spread upper room, prepare it there.
This is Yahushua telling his Talmudim, his taught one, told him to go up and he gonna find an Ish, and the Ish gonna show them an upper room, and it's already prepared for them for the spread. Listen.
They went and found it just as he had said
so
to them.
So they found the stuff wasn't nothing like it was similar to. It was close almost.
Just as he had said.
That's
to
why
them.
I'm doing what he told me. It's gonna be just like he said it. When they went that day, one of them got to say, it's close. Close enough. He don't play no close. Then they found. He said, that's what it was. Come on.
And they prepared the Passah.
Come on.
And it came to pass when the hour arrived, he reclined at the table, and the 12 Shalakim were with him.
Listen, that's how you know he was black. No offense, John. Ain't nothing but a black man living at the table like that. He do it in his Cadillac and he do it at the table. Be like, sit up straight. Say, man, I'm Yahushua, man, I'm reclining. You know, we get to eat with, man, I just want to lay back. Don't worry about it, come on.
And he says to them,
What did he say?
I have deeply longed to eat this Pesach with you before my suffering.
Y'all hear that? He said, man, I've been wanting to eat this stuff with you. Tell me what happened, son.
For I say to you,
What happened?
I shall not eat it again until it is fulfilled in the Malkuth of Elohim.
What that mean? I won't eat it again. I've done it before. That's all. It don't take that long. Come on.
He took the cup.
And did what? After he drunk it?
Giving Hadu and said,
What?
Take it and distribute it.
Why?
For I say to you.
Why you won't drink none?
For I say to you.
What you say?
I shall surely not drink of the pari of the vine from now until the Malkuth of Elohim comes.
You saying gonna never drink it, never, ever, ever in the world or in a new world?
From now until the Malkuth of Elohim comes.
What that mean? That's when I'll be drinking it. Because it'll be according to the Torah. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
The book of Hadassah. Pick it up for me right quick. First chapter. 1, 6, 8. 1, see if that's 8. Hadassah. A star. A star. That's her Babylonian name. Her name is Astar. They'll say Esther. Because they give you Esther. Every time you think about Esther, who you think about? Esther Roll. That's an ugly face to think about Samson's son. That's how you get y'all. Her name was Astar. See, they knew that you came from the cooker bean. They knew that you illuminated like the cooker bean. See, they gave you Esther. You don't think nothing about it, do you? Her name was Astar. Isn't that right? When a parent, when they seen her born, you can believe they said, a star is born. Come on, big man. Who that, Brittany? That's what I'm talking about. Say it yourself, Brett. That's tight. Check, get a check. Now go ahead. Make sure you get a check. Go ahead and make sure you get your check when you come back too. Put Brett, got my baby in trouble. Fooling with you. You ain't never had no check. Don't be trying to help. She can put her own up. She don't need you. Trying to add no extra to her either. Yeah, so that's her name, a star, because they looked at us as being one of the cooker beans. Y'all got a kukab is single, cooker beam are plural. So they let you know when they saw them, although it was a Babylonian name, they had enough sense to realize you illuminate. Y'all got it? We're going to be working on that too. We'll be working it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got something else for y'all coming. Go ahead.
And the drinking was according to the Torah.
Oh, what? Hold on for a minute. What you say?
And the drinking.
And the who?
Drinking.
And the what?
Drinking.
Tell them what it was.
Was according to the Torah.
That's what I do for a living. Back it up, son. Let me hear. Verse 6. These folks don't know what they're doing. They'll try to condemn the man. When I catch him that drink, I'm going to tell him he condemned. That's why you ain't going to be there. See, this is what hurt us. When you don't know Torah, you don't understand speech. That's why I'm trying to tell you, you got to understand the Torah, because people don't know what they're doing. They want to get drunk now. That makes no sense. I'm supposed to be mimicking. That makes no sense that I'll be sitting around drinking. The man has already told us what's going to be done, and it's going to be according to the Torah. Come on, what verse 5? 5 be fine. Listen.
And when these Yamim were completed,
what happened?
The Malak made a Moab.
When these days were completed, isn't that right? Everything in its order. When these things were timing, when they were complete, the Malak made a muhad. Tell them what kingdom he went to. He went out of town and did this.
For all the who were present in Shushan, the palace.
That's in his dominion. To everybody who were present. You said, I went now. It ain't for you. The man just made a muhad. He done made a feast. The Shushan, that's in the inner part of his Malkuth. Not on the outer side. These are the people that's in the inner city. This is what happened.
From the greatest to the least.
Wow. From the greatest to the least.
In the court of the gun of the Malak palace.
That don't sound familiar. Wow. He told you a man born of a woman ain't none greater than Yahushua, except he that least in the Malkut Elohim. You'll mess around and mistake me for a preacher. You'll think I know what I'm doing. See, he throw that on you, wouldn't even caught it with you. What the person tell you that the least in the Malkut Elohim? Now you just heard about this man, Artaxerxes. He done just throw the muhar, and it's from the least to the greatest. Go ahead.
While white linen and violet hangings were overlaying.
Wow, that's the same thing here about that. He told you they were all arrayed in white. In the 7th chapter book of Kazuna 14, Yuchanan, the Malaki asked him, said, which are these? Which are arrayed in white? He said, you know. He said, you know. He said, these are they that came out of great tribulation. Right. And said, made their robes white in the dome of the Lamb. Listen.
With cords of fine linen.
Wow. Come on.
Purple to silver rings and pillars of white marble. The couches were of gold and silver.
Wow. Same thing, Malkut. Come on.
On a pavement of red marble and white and pearl and black marble.
Wow. That black be onyx. Some of that is in the, when you start looking at the 12, when you look at the 12 pillars set up, some of the same ones in there. The marble, the pearl. You start telling you about the black, the onyx. Listen.
And they gave them drink in vessels of gold.
Woo! He talked about the cup in the hand. They gave them drinks in vessels of gold. Tell me what happened.
The vessels being different one from another.
Come on.
And the royal wine was plentiful according to the Malak hand.
Whoa, you hear that? He said the wine was plentiful. They ain't had no lip bent. Ain't that right? Sound like Yahushua when he came, he went to the wedding. You ain't believe what he made. He made wine. He ain't tell him just drop no. He said, man, fill that thing up to the top. They don't even know why he made it. The Malak made it, didn't it?
That's right.
Why y'all think he went to the wedding? He made wine.
Yes, sir.
And he told them to fill it. He said, fill them to the top. Fill them to the top. Come on.
And the drinking was according to the Torah.
You said, and you said they were condemned and defiled of what now?
And the drinking was according to the Torah.
I told y'all to mistake me for I know what I'm doing. See, these people, cause people looking for the wrong stuff. People just look for the wrong stuff. That's why he wants you to wait to establish my Malkut. Then we'll sit down, we'll eat, and we'll drink. And see, it'll be according to the Torah, because I done told you, it's in your book. Why are you trying to get drunk here? It don't make sense. I just told you, the man done set up one, and he done had it here, and he done told you how it was done. What's the purpose of telling you it was according to the Torah? So it won't get you off. Ain't that right? And when they got out of Shushan, should they have been drinking out there? They should have been drinking in India, because that fell under one of his providence. They should have been drinking in Ethiopia, Cush, they call it, because they fell on his providence. They was at Shushan. They was at the palace. They was where his Malkut was established. All this was a part of it, but he had one particular place where he sat people down where they would eat and they would drink, and it would be according to the Torah. The Torah didn't cover you to go nowhere else. The problem we got, when you don't understand the Torah and how it operates, you're not going to understand the operation of Elohim, and that's where you're going to fail every time. Because somebody done read somebody, they all keep running around, you know, Jesus drunk wine. He probably still drinking it. I'm serving Yahushua. Because people keep going and telling me your eye were red like that. They don't think I make your eye red. You can get angry and pissed. Your blood pressure go up your eye and get red. Hello? That man eye red, I find he angry. Don't worry about it. The man told you 7-11 you had to get a tahalim. The book said Elohim is angry with the wicked every day. He said every day I'm angry with the Rosh. And a day past, he's I'm angry with him every day. Y'all see that? So you take your time. Well, let me fit it right quick. 1 Corinthians 15. I hate to leave so much meat on the table. See, y'all make me jump out to get something. Y'all think I just be talking, I don't know what I'm talking about. I ain't just doing that job. Why y'all think y'all cut me a check? I tend to know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, believe it or not. See, I shoot all this out the door. We read. Listen, you see how quick I can move? Yeah, I try to show you. You have to think that quick. I can't say, read, catch it, get it, go. You missing stuff. That's what I do. Come on. 15, 23. You should be at 23 or you were 24? 15, 1 Corinthians.
24.
24, listen.
And after that, the end shall come.
Y'all see that? He tell you about gathering. Only way I understand end, I understand it from gathering fruit. There's no way for me to understand end other than when they gather. There's no other way for them to process end. Or end is just when they die. For them, how they understood it, because now we're talking about Pari. We're talking about him being Shabul, right? Now we're talking about the end. The only way to put this together, if he's going to be the first fruit, is to go to Sokal, which is the last time we gather. Okay? Come on.
When he delivers the Malkuth to Elohim the Abba, after he abolished all Sar and all authority and power.
See, now you got, how many of y'all forgot what this tie into? Hands. I know there's plenty of you. Come on, don't play. Come on, raise your hand. How you forgot? That's why you pay me. I left it and come back. I know what I'm doing. You got it? You know what this represents? Because the book just told you that a lawgiver wasn't going to pass from between his feet, and the scepter wasn't going to depart him until Shiloh come. Because he just told you then come at the end that he's going to surrender it all back and give him back the scepter. Right. He just told you he was a lion's whelp. He going to come into his own. After he done defeated and took down, then he going to deliver it back over to Yahuwah. And then I took you to show you that it was evident that he sprang from where?
Yehuda.
Man, he was talking about him. In 537, 38, he told you to search the Keduvim. If for in them you think you got Alam Kai, he said, they're talking about me. If you run around looking for Yehuda, he said, they're talking about me. I'm trying to help y'all out. That's all he said. He going to have to get a scepter back over. Who we learning from? Hands. I got to hand him. Let me get a new hand. Come on, Kara. That's right, Joseph. Who they call Joseph. Pharaoh had made him the highest ruler now, and he was only getting it until he surrendered it, till he got everything back to him. Look, he gathered up everything from the people. They came and told him. They said, Joseph done took all our stuff. After he done it and everything done, he surrendered right back over to Pharaoh. He never told he was going to set him up for long over nothing. So we understand Yahushua's operation, that he's going to deliver it back over to the Abba. You know why he said he's going to do it? So Elohim can be all in all. They'll go back into the oneness. I'm trying to help you out. I done told you clearly, the two. That's why I told when you read, you heard Barashit Bara. In the beginning created who? One. It was two, but the two were one. And we didn't learn it with two of them. We thought it was one until we read Yukonon told us. He said in the beginning was the Debar, and the Debar was Elohim, and the Debar was with Elohim. And said the same way in the beginning with Elohim, and all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. That's how we understood it, that the two was one. So now he's going to go back and put it right back. Hello? Yes, sir. That's how he's going to do it. I appreciate it. Listen, if you ain't learned that, it ain't made for you. That's all I can do, but I guarantee it's right. And the whole reason for we need to know that, because there's so many different ways of operation. You have to sit down and take your time. You got to be serious about wanting to be saved. That's it. Listen, he got plenty of information for us. Plenty of things we need to know to understand. But a lot of things he lets us, the only way we can process it, we have to process it on a natural level. Don't try to run out trying to make no spiritual stuff. Don't be trying to create it on your own. Everything I gave you what? A bunch of spiritual analysis? Everything I gave you natural. And get how you understand it. Ruach. That's good. Appreciate you. Give him a hand clap. Appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. I like to say, anybody that's doing the work for Yahuwah, whether you got 1 member, 5 members, 10, 30, 200, or 15,000, I'm allowing for you. You stand strong. You keep doing the work. Don't get turned or deterred by nobody else. Don't put your eyes on nobody else. I know how it is to start small. It was just me and my kids, my wife, my mother, and 2 other mothers, and 1 other brother. And we built from there.
Papa?
Yes, sir.
Dada walking in the ground and...
He walked in the grass.
No, Dada hands like a bumblebee.
He had like a bumblebee?
Yeah, the bee hurt Dada's hand.
Oh, the bee hurt his hand. You got stung? Oh, he got a cut on his hand.
Yeah.
Way to tell on him. Keep up. Let me know when he's doing something. I need to know, okay? You report everything to Papa. Let me know. You're going to be the police. Yes, you is. You tell a lot. I'm going to call you Little Brother Meeks. I don't know where that came from, Uncle Ted. He told us that the police came in their house. Said soon before they could knock, when they got their hand to do like he opened the door and said, come on in, the dope in now. They didn't get the knock. They like, we need to go get a search warrant. He said, no, you don't. Come on in here. They gave him 16,000 a year probation. He said he almost done. So he got 2 more years. I said, goodness me, you just let him in there and go. I said, what the search warrant? They ain't need one. I said, you go ahead, you got my permission. He insisted they lock him up. I appreciate y'all. Y'all off the chain. Appreciate everybody though. Appreciate Mr. Yahuwah again. Certainly Palau Yahuwah gave us Ben Nah is different. Ben Nah want to get to a perfect understanding. We don't get down. We want to understand first. But we put the ING on it. Let's get to understand. Then we're going to grasp it on to understanding. I won't move it too fast. I know you like the word move. I want them to take their time. But now we're going to get y'all to a perfect understanding. But you got to start. You can't start off at perfect. Even Yahushua, he came down here. He didn't tell you he was complete till it was done. He had done the work. What he told, he said, I finished the work. So you can't get the full understanding. Let's first understand. Y'all got it? So it's a process. So like he told you, it's an order. Everything he gave us an order to it. How they were supposed to build, how they were supposed to put things. Everything had an order. And the reason why he gave that, because he's that detailed. Like he told Musha, see that you do all things after the pattern. See, we just grab stuff and run. What's the pattern? What's the pattern? You go make a dress, they'll have one, and I'm not sure Akufa, even if it's men that do it, they'll say, I don't need the pattern, I can look at it and do it. I guarantee you it's not exact. The purpose of the pattern get exact. You got some people say you can eyeball it, and you can't eyeball it, but you're not there. If people eyeball lineups on a car, you're not gonna be more detailed than that laser. It is designed to put it back at spec. You try to look at your eye and say, that should be it. That computer ain't designed to do no that should be it. It's designed to go with the numbers. They put the calculation out, they know what they need to do. And that sets you right where you need to be. Now, if it don't line up from that, then something else off. They said line up, but it's something else off. And that's what, when the bar comes, it lines everybody up Talmud. That's why he told the way he got fitted for, he was perfect. How you perfect now? Why he won't walk around, he was a baby, first word coming in his mouth, I'm Talmud. I ain't even done the work. He said, first of all, I need to finish the work. Let's do the work first. Let's just understand. Then we're gonna grasp these concepts so we can get to understanding. Y'all got it? We're gonna work it little by little. Don't move too fast. It look like, let me just take off running. That's how folks crash. First people made planes, folks crash. People watch them crash and see where they went. They said, let me take my time to get this right. It's more critical than what you're thinking. Man tried to duplicate wings and put them on their arm and jump off a rock, and he fell and he hurt himself. There's a lot of things he didn't consider, his weight. And how big stuff he was trying to flap. He couldn't push that much wing. He couldn't flap that hard to step in no air. It takes time, isn't that right? It takes some time, it takes some precision, it takes some messing up till you get to a point you say, you know what, now I got it. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our time. We're not racing, we ain't trying to compete with nobody. I don't care where no other camp at. I'm not worried about that. I'm not basing the way y'all off of no other movement. Don't know none to base y'all for. Ain't looking for none to base y'all for. Ain't interested in what nobody else doing. Everybody who's doing the work out there, my palau for you. I can't palau and not palau for you. I can't, and I want you guys to do the same thing. Because everybody ain't for everybody. Like, it's people like him, I'm just not for everybody. But somebody else here. And the thing gonna be, we all gonna work and we're gonna get to one point eventually. That's where he come. He's gonna come to unify. Right now it's divided. We'll camp here, somebody camp somewhere, camp right, and you gonna say, let's try to go put it together. That ain't gonna make no sense for him to come. He come here, we said, we good, we fixed it. You can't fix it. He gotta come here and do it. He's gonna be the unifier when he comes. He just wanna make sure everybody get the information, and we all come together, we bring her back. That's when it's gonna be complete. Y'all got it? Take what we got, take what they got, and we're gonna be complete. You can put the body together. Can't come here and hand on no pinky finger, talking about he go to body, we ready to go. Not no pinky finger, that's not no body. That's one little member. So he got all these members working, and they gonna all come together when he get back here. Y'all got it? You'll find you the foot, the head, the tail, or it might be a butt cheek. Just don't fall it. You don't want to be that little hole now. It's gonna be tight. Well, it should be tight. Isn't that right? Should be tight. Isn't that right? Go ahead. We got our announcement. What we got, Yosef? Who done stole it from Shaquille?
Everybody sitting there hard.
Everybody say hi.
Thank you, tape recorder. What? Something wrong with that boy. I appreciate it. Everybody all right? Let's get ready to stand. Let me see who another hand clap. Being two. All right. Everybody good? Any other announcement? All right. We'll get ready to turn. We'll Palau, all that's able. In the Shem of Yahushua HaMashiach, the name of the Savior and of the Anointed One, we Palau before your Shem, before your name, Yahuwah Elohim, who is the existing one in the Almighty, who is Al Shaddai, who is the All-Powerful, who is a beer, who is strong. We Palau and we par your Shem, which is to beautify your name. We Yakra upon your Shem, which is called upon your name, for our Yeshua, which is our salvation, which cometh down through the Kai, the life, the Mut, the death, the Kum, the resurrection, and the Dam, which is the blood that covereth us and blotted out all of our Kataim and our Ma'al, which are our sins and transgressions, of the Benin, which are the children, of the Abath, which are the fathers, and of us, that you will establish us in your Math, which is in your truth, Baraka your Shamaim, your Sabut, which is the height expansion where you dwell in your armies. Baraka your Shalakim, your sent ones, and all of those of whom you have Shalak that you sent, that they might elevate us through the Debar, the word, that grant us to be Benin, which is to understand your Debar, your word, that we might come together in a oneness, that we might be unified, that you might be Kabod, which is glorified. We allow that you get the kabod, the glory, the honor, and Yahushua HaMashiach, which is your salvation, the anointed one, for all that was rendered, and most of all for the kaseed, which is the favor, which none of us could have earned by works, nor could we pay for it with the riches of the alarm, considering that the alarm is yours, which is the world is yours, and the fullness thereof. But because you favored some, and that you made a berith, which is a covenant that you Shabbat, that you vowed to Abraham, Yasakab, Yaakov, the Yahudim, to Yasharal and their Tuladaf, their generations, even unto us and our Tuladaf, our generation, and to all that are far, that you were Yakra, which you were called. Baraka and Lamed us, which is to teach and show us, instruct us, and grant us and seal us with the Ruach HaKadosh, the spirit of separation, unto the human redemption. We allow that you will make us Talmim, complete, of the Kodashim, the separated ones, and make us joint heirs with the Mashiach, which is the anointed one. Baraka Jerusalem, the city, the foundation, Shalom. Let your piney, your face, or upon us lighten. Let your piney, your presence, encircle and hedge us all about. Baraka the outer towners and those we separated from over the Yam, which is over the sea. Baraka those going through the devastation of nature, the married, the single, the separated, the sick, the afflicted, behind prison walls, bereaved, those on the edge of despair, midst of doubt, as we consider ourselves. Continue to be a baraka to the Sims family in the passing of the husband and father. Be a baraka to Chris and to Keisha and Carrie and Uncle Ted and others that are seeking you for Nakum in the time of trouble. Be a baraka to those behind prison walls, those in captivities and war-stricken countries, those we commit to you in Palau, that asked us to Palau for them, that support your dabarim in every malkum, in every place. Those in leadership and authority execute your will. Without you, we are nothing. We confess to going wrong, contrary to you, falling short of your kabod, your glory, and we seek you for reconciliation and your remission, which is the removing of our kata'im. If it's anything we've done or said or acted upon that can go contrary or cause us to be badal, which is separated from your kadash will, we polluted you now wholly against us in the human mashpat. When we've done all we can do here, if you see fit that we don't come to see the yum, which is to rise to see the day, grant us a beth in your long malkut, which is your eternal empire, where we can see your pioneer, your face, and tahalim your shem better, which is praise your name. Also Baraka, Joanna, and her affliction, and others that couldn't be here, Michelle as well, and keep them, and recover and restore them to us according to your will. In the Shem of Yahushua HaMashiach we allow. Let us all say, Amen. Come home! Come home! A hobby. I ain't gonna kick him, Cam. I know I'm old. I ain't gonna kick him. Cam looking like that old man to kick him down the hall. Whatever, Joker.
The bubble bee hurt Dada's hand.
We know. We're gonna try to work on it. We're gonna. She wants you to get some. All right, where you going? What's going on, Bobby?
We got a new house.
Y'all did. Congratulations.
All
Y'all
that
ready?
stuff made me so tired.
Oh, I'm good. No. Yeah, you come in the front. You're good. All right, y'all ready?
Real closer.
Come on, y'all get ready. You ready, Mama? Good to see you. Y'all ready? Come on. Come on, Mama. Y'all come on. Y'all ready? Come on, AJ. Y'all ready? All right, y'all ready? Let's get ready. Y'all turn. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, hit it. Ra-ah-ah, the little children. Ooh, all the children of the congregation. Ooh, red and yellow, black and white. They are precious in His sight. Ra-ah-ah, the little children of the congregation. Woo! Come home, come home. I'll help you, help you.